Go ahead.
Where is Colin? Well, I was just gonna say, Ken was suggesting the whole Friday. No,
Oh,
Nightmare on Elm
Nightmare on
Street.
Elm Street.
Just nothing but Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, we'd have to
See
watch
how
a
that
lot of
goes.
movies if we did something like that to have the
Well,
discussion.
I heard he liked the third one a lot. He told me he really liked the third one.
It's been a bit since I've seen that one. I used to really like that one as well. There's Colin, but it says his
Device not
devices are
connected.
not connected. Oh,
Oh,
there he is.
here we go.
You want to add him? Hey, Colin,
Yes.
just in time. We were
Hey
just
everybody,
wondering where you were.
I made it. How you guys doing?
Doing all right.
Good.
How about you? We've already started
Doing
the
good.
stream.
You haven't murdered
Oh,
anybody,
shit.
right?
We go again.
Sorry, this is a thing now.
I know.
No.
I was telling some people on the stream I was on today about the running joke about Colin being a serial murderer.
Nice.
Hi, Wort Galore. How you doing? Okay, so I guess D has already said he's going to be a little bit late, but I guess
Okay.
we can go ahead and
Go to the box office,
proceed
high
with the
ranking
top- yeah, the top
worldwide.
films.
All right.
So let's be
Good.
real. Number one, it's obvious.
Uh,
What came out that was a big
Yeah,
Avengers.
Avengers,
That's a-
Infinity War.
I didn't realize it made more than $2 billion.
Yeah.
That surprises
I
me.
knew it made a lot.
I did too, but I didn't know it made that much.
Well, it was a banger. I remember when that, like Thursday preview night. Remember that was pretty busy because at this
Yes,
time I've been working at the theater for a few months.
right.
Definitely.
And we went to go see it together, so I didn't go see it Thursday.
No, you
preview.
saw it first, and then
No, I thought I saw it
Really?
with you and Aurelia
maybe okay.
because I wasn't doing Thursday night previews at that
Yeah.
time. I wasn't. My channel hadn't even started yet. So, Sashi, Infinity War. You know, a lot of people like Infinity War more than Endgame. I'm not one of those people.
I can't remember. I only saw them once, but was Infinity the War where they time traveled?
That was
No.
Endgame.
That was Endgame. Okay.
Yes.
Well, I like the fact that they were starting to tie every character in
That's
at
re-
that point, but it
good.
was like nonstop action here, 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 here.
It felt like it was too much. That's why.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, it was like from the beginning to end, there just felt like there was no downtime.
I mean, there was some downtime,
not much.
just not as much.
And so it wasn't, just was not my favorite. So I preferred Endgame.
Well, I mean, that was a conclusion, but if you put them all together, it's good. And then
The
of
good
course,
news is we're talking about 2018 movies. That's the good news for today.
but on top of that, like 2 months before that, Black Panther came out. That also did really well. I remember working.
Yep.
That was like the busiest February I can ever remember. We've never had a busy February since then.
That was a high point. Black Panther.
That's right.
Was.
I remember it was unusual that it did as well. Well, it was unusual to me that they put it in that time slot because usually January and February is where they put movies to die,
Right.
basically. But it did really, really well.
Yeah.
So,
Like I said, I never seen a February that busy. That was the only time I saw February busy.
there haven't been any other February since then that were decent.
Not that I
Other
remember.
movies?
I mean, we've had some, yeah, but it was never that as busy as Black Panther.
Yeah, and that was a big Marvel movie, so that was a big deal. But yeah.
And number 3 was Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom.
Didn't like that.
That one was a disappointment.
Yeah.
Oof.
Oh, Run the Jewels did a. Yeah, legend has it was Black Panther soundtrack, which Run the Jewels is one of my all-time favorites. Run the Jewels. I want it. Kareem, I bet he knows that. Yeah,
Well,
that was cool.
I remember I remember hearing the song, "Pray for Me," the one that the
I do like that
did.
song.
I remember that when they would play the trailer on the Spanish TV, they very heavily featured that particular song, and that was when I first noticed the song. And then, of course, I went to go see the movie, and you can hear it. There's a scene where it does play the song.
Take my soul from me.
Yeah, I like that song.
Mm-hmm.
I saw the comment, The Dark Knight's a content. I just watched Dark Knight last night, actually.
Such a good movie.
It probably
You
is.
know, it came back on the big screen. The three Nolan Batman
Really?
movies came back on the big screen. What was it? It was 2 Saturdays ago, Arturo, or
I don't remember. I
This
remember
past-
they played Batman Begins at one point, and then I think the
Batman
next day they
Begins, Dark
played
Knight,
The Dark
and
Knight
The
because
Dark
I
Knight
walked in
Rises.
and it was like the club scene, and it brought back memories of when I watched it when I was a
Yeah.
12-year-old.
The club scene, that's how I found my favorite band, Boom Boom Satellites.
Oh, okay.
They had that song in that club scene.
I wish I
Number-
could have rewatched it.
Number 4, another Disney movie, Incredibles 2.
Never saw.
You never saw it?
I've
was
seen it
fine.
once.
Yeah, it was
It
fine.
was okay.
I mean, it was.
So
Where's the blue
Killmonger.
jacket, Colin?
Yeah,
jacket?
no, I was wondering where your Smurf
Mhm.
jacket is.
My blue?
Your
Mhm.
blue Smurf jacket.
It's beautiful outside. I only wear it when it gets cold.
Oh, it's not cold.
I rock
Or
shorts.
did you murder someone and it had blood on it, so you had to
Baby Yoda,
change it?
go Chiefs!
Oh my goodness.
Baby Yoda, go Chiefs! That's my favorite. This is my favorite shirt. It's really comfy.
Oh.
Number 5, Aquaman.
Eh,
Overrated.
It was fine.
yeah, I mean, the only thing I like is Jason Momoa. I really like Jason Momoa. He's really like charismatic, and so just he makes it not bad. But I feel like if it was any other average actor, it'd be a bad.
Yeah, and it made more than $1 billion.
Yeah.
Which
Because of
surprises
the
me.
aqua seats.
I don't think it was that good.
Well, William
That's
Dafoe,
it.
I liked
I
in
mean,
there.
it's okay. It was enjoyable enough. I don't want to ever rewatch it because I don't want to see Amber Heard's face again. But I don't think it was $1 billion worth of good. Like,
No,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I was going to just touch on something. So Killmonger, a lot of people really loved the character of Killmonger.
Yeah.
And I feel like Michael B. Jordan played the role really well, but some people feel like he's like one of the best Marvel villains. I can't go there. I can't go
I
as
like
far as to
Killmonger.
say that. He just,
I guess maybe
He
more
was
of
one of
like
the hottest.
one of the hottest.
Mhm.
he was
Hotter
all
than
right.
Scarlet Witch?
No.
I think the one villain that you could actually empathize more with is in Shang-Chi,
Oh, the father.
the father. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, like Killmonger, I get why he went the route he did because
I get it too, but in the end, he just ended up
he
being
went.
basically
He just like lost
an
it.
basically a tyrannical
So
killer. I mean,
totalitarian-
that's basically
Yeah.
all he ended up being. So I
and he
lost
wanted
all
to like
sympathy for
destroy
him
everything.
as a person when he revealed, when you see what he's becoming more and more
Yeah.
of. But I mean, Michael B. Jordan was fine. I just
yeah.
wasn't crazy about his character.
I would have liked to know. I would have liked to seen what he did in Iraq though, because he was in the military. I would have liked to seen
That's right.
realistic sort of in the whole war in Iraq or Afghanistan or whatever. I would have liked to seen that because they always reference it in the Marvel movies. This character did this during that war, or this character did that in that war, but we never see it.
Yeah.
Heck,
Well,
I was a
It would
little
be an interesting
disappointed.
origin story.
That
kinda.
would be cool to see Killmonger, like why he became a little bit like.
Well, we already know why.
Yeah, but
But
maybe the
if
war
you see
kind of
more
made
of
him
his
to where
backstory.
if he had full control, he could also stop war in a sense,
The
If
first
he had a bit more backstory there, that would maybe work well. I know I was a little disappointed in Captain America, the first one, because they never showed him really dealing with some historical stuff. It's mostly Hydra that you see 100% of the time.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I get why, but I wanted to see him face off against
Wanted to see
uh,
more of the war action.
yeah, the war action,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because in the second one, you see real footage, and they just insert Chris Evans in the real footage.
Oh, I'd forgotten about that.
Yeah, like they literally have a real footage of soldiers surrendering, and he's walking beside them. They just put him in
Wait, hold on. Okay, I just noticed his title. Expendables 4 is one of the greatest comedies ever made.
Wait, which one?
The title, his like his handle there. See, Expendables
Oh.
4 is one.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I've heard bad things about that movie. I have
Yeah.
not gone to see it.
DJ saw it yesterday.
I heard it was no. But I wanted to address what he was mentioning here. Yes, that first TDK watch was amazing. The first time I saw that movie, it was just I wish I could go back and rewatch it for the first time all over again. I know this is not a 2018 movie, but still.
Well, 10 years later.
Yeah, I know.
That was a big one for me too, The Dark Knight. And I actually missed it in theaters, which sucks. But I remember when I rented the DVD, I liked it so much, I watched it like 2 more times before I took it back, which is like never happens, you know? Like
Dang.
Rarely happens do I watch it that like 3 times in a weekend, because it was
You should have gone to see it on the big
good.
screen when it came back a few days ago.
I was 12 and I saw it.
Batman Day. Yep.
But yeah, Dark Knight's my all-time favorite superhero movie.
That was the same year Iron Man came out as well. So you had like 2 big superheroes.
No. Yeah, you're right. Hold
Mom,
on. Wow, yeah.
I'm always right. I am always right.
You're not always.
Yes, I am.
That's right. Iron Man. Wow.
I was 12 years old and I saw both of those the same year. Man, I was growing up real fast with those.
Aquaman 1 had an adventure feel to it. That's what... Yeah, it did. It was just... No.
It was all right.
It just felt...
I liked Amber Heard's character, but then I found out all the crap she did. So it's like it ruins that character.
Yeah, I can't stand seeing her in Justice League now. Killmonger is in there, but Thanos far exceeds any other MCU villain. After Thanos is probably Hela. What a performance! Yeah, High Evolutionary. I think High Evolutionary was a good villain. Thanos.
Well, it's
maybe
kind of
one of the more complex ones.
But he's also all right too, because I mean, I get he wants to kind of balance out the galaxy.
Thanos, yeah.
Yeah, but he's just twisted.
Is there someone to check my way? I don't know. There's plenty of places. I'm sure you could.
Being woke tonight?
Hey, Josh. Yeah, he's being sarcastic.
Now
there's only one reason that Aquaman made $1 billion.
Why?
And that reason is
what? What?
That's why Aquaman made $1 billion.
Okay, I guess I'm missing the point.
I'm missing it.
Everyone's thirsty for him.
Oh,
wait. Why is that? Does that say thirsty? What does that say?
It says ooh.
Ooh, that means thirsty.
Because Jason Momoa.
I don't know. Maybe Arturo could translate it better. What does ooh mean?
Is that's what, Japanese?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know a lot of Japanese.
But I would say that when Anakin went to the dark side, it was not cool.
No, it was absolutely not. It was. No, it wasn't.
Kids.
It wasn't cool.
As soon as he killed those kids, I was okay with him killing the son.
Okay, I guess, like with Killmonger, maybe I would have liked to seen a little more of him kind of go that way. See, with Anakin, we got more of him turning.
He was just like he had charisma, even though he was a villain. You know,
like okay, we get when he was a kid, but
see, the thing
really
about
root for him, but you kind of like watching
Killmonger. By the end, when he dies and he sees the sunset or whatever, the storytelling is trying to get the viewer to feel sorry for him. I didn't at that point. I didn't care that he died. I didn't feel sorry for. I felt sorry for him as a child. But once he became
really fucking annoyed me.
His what?
Throw me overboard with my ancestors.
Wait.
Oh yeah, when he
said
that
fucking
line.
ancestors going to be overboard.
He made that quote just before he died.
Yeah.
I forgot that.
But if his ancestors were in the ocean, how are they going to be his ancestors?
Yeah, right. Right, that's a good point. Yeah, no, I don't know. Just he didn't work for me as well as he did for
like I said,
other
if they had if they did a prequel to that and showed what he did like when he was growing up, and then maybe when he was in the Iraq War, maybe like if that fleshed out a little more of like why he's that way, then yeah, then you could appreciate his character more in the movie, you know.
Maybe.
Now, if they would do that,
I don't know.
if they would actually do that, I would watch it, and I would like to see how they portray him as like that twisted villain that just went downhill. I mean, you could say that. You could say the fact that he lost his dad was one way because his dad was involved in
he
a lot of.
didn't seem to care. By then he'd become so hardened he didn't seem to care.
Yeah.
That he'd lost his dad.
Emotional damage.
Oh boy, this is gonna be a stream tonight.
Where are you getting this stuff?
Yes, Wanda was. Yes, she was a good villain.
Yeah, but
I hate that they
she
turned
was a
her
little
into a
delusional
villain.
though, because she realizes this is another parallel universe. You know?
That's how good Expendables 4 is. Shockingly bad. Yeah, I know. I've heard. It's really bad.
But
okay,
anyway,
so hold on. We have some. Yeah, we got clarification here. It's an anime trope. Yeah. Okay, Arturo, take it away. Bohemian
Rhapsody, number 6.
Yep.
Never saw it.
Never saw it.
Yeah, me either.
I think the one song I like from them is We Will Rock You. I like that
there's
song.
a lot of Queen songs that I didn't realize were Queen songs.
Oh yeah, having a good time. Having a good time.
Oh,
that's my favorite.
But I still think the "We Will Rock You" says, I don't know, it's cooler.
We will.
Bohemian
Rhapsody is a classic. That's an all-time.
Oh, I hate that song so much.
Oh, it's an all-time.
Oh, I know it is, and I can't stand it. It aggravates me.
Another one, Bites the Dust.
Oh yeah,
and I remember hearing that in elementary school, and I never forgot it. And I didn't realize, obviously, I had no clue
that one's
who
pretty
they
good.
were.
I'll give it up to Queen. They're pretty good.
See, like that's what's kind of interesting about them. They have like these odd music, but then they could also make these really cool ones.
Yeah, they
had a different way.
I heard he did really good in there, Drew. I've heard and I've seen comparison videos of the movie with the real performances and stuff. But I've never been interested to watch it because I'm not interested in Queen, not interested in Freddie Mercury. But I remember when it came out, and I remember that he got a lot of praise for his performance.
I actually liked him in Until Dawn, the video game.
That became available on GOG.
Oh, really? So maybe you could play that.
No. Well, hold on.
Heavy Rain.
Sorry. No. There's another one.
Until Dawn.
It was a good choice. Was there weed in there?
There used to be.
That looks like a weed jar.
I can't remember if it was Until Dawn, Arturo. I gotta check my email and see.
I'm making you miss the good times. Maybe you're still experiencing it.
Oh my gosh, here we go.
But no, like his acting in Until Dawn was pretty good. Even though it's like just 3D.
Oh, I know why it seems familiar, because I watched your review. That's why.
Yeah. He was good.
Not because it's on GOG.
He plays this character that has like some sort, like he's not on his meds, and he's just like, there's a point where his hands are bound and he's just kind of going off the rails a bit.
I remember that Live Aid concert. I didn't watch it, but I remember it. I didn't realize that he had played in it. Also, I got a Blu-ray. Oh, Walk the Line. Oh, yeah, we were talking about Walk the Line recently. I think maybe on last week's live stream on Z Talks. So, Under Pressure was a David Bowie song?
With Queen.
Oh, okay.
Wait, they both did a song together?
Right. Isn't that where is that the song where Vanilla Ice got his part of his melody from?
It is, yeah.
Okay. I did not realize that was David Bowie involved in it. Mm-hmm. Okay, sorry, Arturo. Carry on.
Number 7 is Venom.
I surprisingly enjoyed that movie.
Yeah, I actually liked it. Some people like did not, and I'm like, what?
I like Tom Hardy. I like him in a lot of different roles. I think he made that movie good.
He did.
Like funny.
Yeah.
You know, the first time I ever saw him is when he introduced me to sex.
Oh.
What? What movie is that?
It's
a
not a
show.
movie. Oh my gosh. That's like all Arthur associates with Tom Hardy. It's
well, no, not that. I mean, I see him as Bane.
Band of Brothers.
Really Band of Brothers.
In Band of Brothers.
Like the first time
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know who he was when I last saw him.
He was like when I was like 8 years old, I think, and I should not have been watching it, but that's when I found out.
Yeah.
Okay. And I didn't even know it was him.
Until
I started to like rewatch it as an adult. I'm like, oh wow, okay, that's how I got introduced.
They just put that on Netflix. I'm thinking about rewatching it because
Band of Brothers.
It's been a long time.
It's a good show. Like like I'm telling you, like it was such a high budget for a show like that.
Yeah.
Steven Spielberg, Tom Hanks, they worked like it is just as much effort as Saving Private Ryan. That's how much they put into that. Except it's real people that you follow. And you know, one of the actors that was in that show came to our con actually this year, 2018.
Abraham from Walking Dead, right?
Yeah, him.
Yeah. Andrew or something Cudlitz, right? Is his name? What's his something
Cudlitz?
I agree. I think Venom was better than Aquaman.
Mm-hmm.
Personally.
His character in The Walking Dead was funny. I don't give a monkey's left nut.
Oh yeah, I liked his character.
Bitch nuts.
Yeah,
the bitch?
was foul mouth but funny. Okay, it's all right. I hope you can get some rest, Dulcimerist. Walk the Line. Yeah, a lot of people really enjoyed that movie. I've never seen it.
Number 8 is Mission Impossible Fallout.
Fallout.
I actually really like that one.
Yes.
Henry Cavill with the mustache.
Cavill with the. Have you seen that clip of the movie where they're fighting in the bathroom with that guy, and Henry Cavill does something with his fists, and all of a sudden his mustache appears?
No.
Yeah, it's like he's like there's this scene and he's like does like that. He just does something like that, and all of a sudden, then you can see his mustache, and I don't know what the heck happened, what that was all about.
That's funny.
It was so weird. I never noticed it before until some people were pointing that out, and there was videos of it. Oh yeah, that's right, Young Professor X.
Yeah, and also Young Magneto.
Yep, it had a lot of people in it. That was a.
It had a lot. It had
cast.
Jimmy Fallon. It had what's his name?
That was a bunch of people in there. David Schwimmer, is that his name? Schwimmer. And then
it had the guy from the Supernatural, the demon, red hair.
Oh, wait. Red hair.
Mission Impossible Fallout. I don't know if it was just the mood when I saw it, but I just felt like it didn't do enough for me to really care about it.
Really?
Yeah. Still,
I thought it was.
I thought it was good. I mean, by that point, they were getting really good.
Maybe I should rewatch it.
It's been a bit since I've
just
seen
not
that.
in the mood, but
yeah.
I don't know. I just remember feeling like kind of about it. Not that it's a bad movie. Obviously, they're quality, the quality action, but just nothing that excited me really.
Okay.
You should watch 3 though. If you ever watch one, watch 3.
3 is 1, 3, and up are all pretty solid film. Well, I had some issues with Dead Reckoning a little. It got kind of John Wicky, and it was stuff that I couldn't help but notice. But I'm curious to see how they're going to wrap up the story in part 2.
Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely watch the last 2.
Yeah. I mean, the stunts of the crazy stunts, like just knowing that he did that jump off the cliff with the motorcycle.
Yeah.
Whew. I mean, I was getting nervous leading up to that, and I knew he lived and was going to make it, but it was just, I don't know, there's something about heights.
I don't like, he's always doing heights.
I know. It's like he's determined to die making a movie. That's what it feels like.
And
Like
didn't
what?
for the last one, didn't he go, or is it an upcoming movie where he's going to space? He's going to be like literally like in filming in space.
It's an upcoming movie, but I don't know if it's going to be one of the Mission Impossibles or not. I'm not
Because
sure.
the last one the next one would be his last chance for it to be Mission Impossible. Otherwise, because that's the last Mission Impossible.
It
and I
is?
think they might even be.
Wait,
yeah,
is
Dead
it?
Reckoning Part 2.
Yeah,
is
but I
the
mean,
last Mission Impossible.
really, I hadn't heard that.
I had read that. Yeah,
I mean, how long can they keep going with it? Because
That's
there is
true.
a point where you kind of have to like stop, because the more you go, it's just going to be the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, and that can get old for sure.
he's fucking, and he's like 60, man. He probably like at some point, like he's gonna have to stop doing these crazy stunts. You know, it's.
I don't know if he ever will. He seems
crazy.
to love it too much.
It's
Is
pretty
there
cool.
is there a pull to predict the end of the MCU? I don't know. Feels like it's.
I think I'm done with MCU, honestly.
I'm not excited about it at all.
I don't have.
I'm looking forward to Deadpool 3, but other than that, like the MC, like the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was like the last one I actually considered watching, and that one was actually a really good movie. But yeah, I'm not. I mean, if there's this many, it seems like all of his missions are possible.
Yeah, he said he hasn't seen a single Mission Impossible. Tom made like 7, well, not quite 17. If there's this many.
Yeah.
Actually, speaking about pool, number 9 is Deadpool 2.
Yep. That was fun. That was a fun movie.
It was funny.
That scene where they were all on their mission
on the airplane,
and almost everybody gets killed. And the invisible person, I knew the invisible person was going to be a big name. And then you see him for like 1 second and it was Brad Pitt. That was so funny.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, Deadpool 2 was pretty sweet sequel. And I agree. I forgot that Deadpool 3, I guess, technically is Marvel now. So I guess I'd be like, I do want to see Deadpool 3.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything.
I mean, come on. And it also had Thanos. I mean, he makes a joke about Thanos.
It was funny how they called him Thanos.
Because the actor plays him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what's fun? I mean, this is kind of jumping off the high grossing, but that actor was in another film this year, the second Sicario movie.
Sicario 2.
Yeah.
Yep, he would now in Deadpool 2, he was jacked. Like he was so buff.
Yeah.
It was insane the shape he was in. For
Josh
that movie.
Brolin.
Yeah.
Cable. It was cool they finally had Cable. Man, okay, if the MCU kind of is X-Men 97 animated is cool, and then they make movies that are based off X-Men animated with like Wolverine and Gambit and Bishop and Sentinels and stuff, I would be curious. Like I would kind of be a little like, I wouldn't want to say excited, but I'd want to see what the trailer looked like, because I was one of them. I felt like the X-Men movies they made didn't live up to the X-Men animated show. So since Marvel is bringing back the show first, and then they hinted at bringing like live action X-Men, maybe they'll model them after the animated show, which is what they should have done in the first place. Have like, I just think it was that classic animated crew and stuff like, the Sentinels.
And wasn't there like a wink with X-Men with Doctor Strange, Universe of Madness with Professor X?
Yeah. I think so.
I don't remember what the release date for Deadpool 3 is. Do you?
It's like September, but with the whole writer strike, you know.
I think it's next year now.
It's next year.
It was going to be next year anyway, but production kind of halted because of this.
Oh, it's going to be
writer strike
later next year.
Writers actually made a deal today, preliminary deal.
Wait, say that again.
I saw that they made a
The
deal.
writers might be.
Oh yeah, I heard
made a preliminary deal, so they might be getting back. Although they might also be supporting SAG after while it continues.
Yeah.
And George Martin sued, what is it, ChatGPT? Or I think OpenAI or ChatGPT, he sued because they used his books to like learn about shit and he didn't want them to. And he, along with a bunch of other artists, Sarah Silverman and some others, they were like, no, you guys can't like make your AI smarter with our shit without us saying it's okay. So I was like, yeah, you get him, George. Like, that made me happy.
Yeah, like, so here's the thing about AI. Like, I use AI only to give me concept for like a character, but I would never want AI to take over as an artist for me because, well, one, I like to give an artist like an explanation on how I want this scene to be drawn. It's good to give me a concept, don't get me wrong, but I never want it to like take over making something because it can't make what I want. Not 100%. I like to have people do it. I could explain it to them. They're not robots, you know? So there's like a pro and con with AI. And the con is like it taking over.
It's interesting for some basic stuff. It can be
Well,
helpful.
like I said,
in
making a
things.
concept. Like when I want a concept for a character, I want to see what it gives me. And then like, okay, I give it to the artist. They draw it. Simple as that.
You're talking about AI art, right? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, like it gives me. I want like a character, like a concept. Like it may not, like I might want to alter some things a little bit, but the artist is still going to draw it.
Yeah.
I never want AI to take over like the artist industry because AI can't do all that.
It certainly has its limitations.
Not at the moment, anyway.
Yeah.
That's my concern, though. It might get to that point.
Yep.
We shall see.
Yeah. Well, it's not going to stop here.
No.
Technology's not going to suddenly plateau.
No.
After the entire history of it not plateauing. Like as far back as forever, it's been increasing. And it's not just going to be like, and we're good. It's like, it's just going to get crazier, crazier.
There's got to be like a limit to that,
Well, they're already starting to try to come up with ways to limit things like that.
Because, sometimes when I type in stuff for concepts, goodness, like sometimes it gives me like deformed body parts, like 3 legs, 3 arms.
Oh yeah, it hasn't quite mastered that sort of thing yet.
Quit your turn and call it on.
No, I don't like AI stuff. It's a bummer.
Horny bitch detected. Horny bitch detected.
Yeah, even when I type in like some Vimo characters for a concept, sometimes they go a little overboard.
Yeah, that's true. It exponentially increased. Technology. Yeah, no, it's good, but it definitely has
there's some flaw, yeah. Well, I was just telling
make you
Matt,
want what it makes or else. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I was telling Matt, like, I think the reason why tech is this advanced is because of aliens.
Okay.
I mean, the fact that we advanced that fast after World War II, I mean, yeah, those aliens came and visited. We took their spacecraft, and now we're using it for technology.
We're just repurposing what they gave
Yep, and the government doesn't want to tell us that it's all alien tech. The truth is out there. Okay, the last one, number 10, is Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of
Grindelwald.
Never saw it.
That one felt like a step down from the first one. I didn't feel
it
like
was
it was
fine.
as good as.
It was fine. I like that they showed like World War II stuff because I always wondered what was Harry, like the whole universe of Harry Potter. What was World War II would like?
Yeah, I really enjoyed the first one.
Mm-hmm.
This one, yeah, it was all right, and I never saw the third one.
Not after the whole Johnny Depp thing.
No, I refused after that.
Even though the actor they got for the villain,
I have nothing against the actor. He's a fine, he's a fine person and a fine actor, but I didn't want to watch it.
And I guess, have you guys heard of the whole thing with them asking him and the director? I guess he's from Denmark, Danish.
I think he is. He's
yeah. They asked him like something about this whole rule about diversity, and
right.
And the actor was like,
like, why are you asking me that question? Something like that. But I think he took it in a way that the reporter wasn't intending.
Well, yeah, no,
yeah.
But he wondered like
because of awards. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why the reporter asked.
And I don't even know what it's some sort of Denmark movie.
Danish.
Danish, like
what was the movie again? I forgot. What was
something
the movie?
said in the 1700s over there.
I forgot what that film was.
To be honest, I didn't even know he was Danish.
Yeah, he is. He's
But anyways, that's the last of the top 10.
So that's the top 10.
Yeah. And now I hear a car beeping outside.
Wait, did it not? The top 10 didn't have Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
So this was worldwide gross?
Okay.
Yeah.
So American probably had it.
Yeah. So American, you know what? It did not.
Really?
It didn't.
Damn, because that was a huge hit, number 2.
Yeah, it was. It had Ant-Man and the Wasp, but it didn't have.
Wow.
That surprises me too.
Into the Spider-Verse, honestly, is like one of the best superhero movies. So good. I really like that. It was so different, and like after so many years of just like Marvel repeating themselves, Spider-Verse was just like really comic booky and creative, and I loved it. I still haven't seen the second
Hey,
one,
Fletcher.
but
I
imagine it'll be good as well.
You haven't seen the second one?
No, well, I didn't go to the theaters. I don't go to the theaters for big movies, and I didn't realize that was a big movie. So it's too late. I saw Barbie and Mario, and I did see Guardians 3.
Oh my goodness! But you
I
didn't
wish
go
I
see
had traded
Spider-Man.
Guardians 3 for Spider-Man 2. That's what I wish. I wish Guardians 3 wasn't more. I think Spider-Verse 2 would have been. Anyways, though, Spider-Verse 1 really like. That's the thing with sequels. Sometimes I feel like they already excited me so much with the first one. It's not. It was the stylisticness of it more than the story. I felt like I would almost but I would be just as happy to rewatch the first one as see the second, if that makes sense.
Second one was good. I think I liked it a little bit more than the first one, actually.
Because in fact, the story is just kind of an excuse to do cool stylistic things and have cool action sequences. Because multiple verses never really matter to me. Like they don't hit me where I'm never on the edge of my seat, because it's always kind of like, okay, when Happy Death Day, Happy Death Day to You.
Yeah.
So many scenes where it was like maybe supposed to be tense, where they're in a hallway and there's a killer. I was like, because of the setup of the story with multiple dimensions, it's like anything could have happened, and then they could have undone it. Meaning like her own self could have popped out behind a door and shot her. And you're like, oh, okay, they start a new day. Like any person could have showed up and done anything, and you would have been like, well, that's what happens, and then they start over. Which means there's no tension, because anything they do is already explained, because they can just say anything's possible. So then it's like I'm never waiting to see what happens, because it feels very much like, well, now I'm just going to see what the writers make up.
You're referring to the second one?
I'm referring to specifically the second movie, because they were doing multiple verses where they had like right away they had the second Asian dude show up, like the copy of himself.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of like they just right off the bat established like anything can happen. Any character, her boyfriend could show up and be evil and kill her. And you're like, oh, he was the alternate. So similar to lots of things when they bring in these other parallel dimensions or verses, I never feel like, oh my God, what's going to happen? I just feel like, let's see what the writers make up, because there's no underlying realness to any of it. It's never like, oh, it is. If there was like a few dimensions and you could just hop to one and do one thing, and it's always like, oh, there's infinite dimensions and you can do anything. And it takes all the excitement out of it for me. So that's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about. Like the Spider-Verse sequel, I don't really care about the story. I like the visual style and the action.
Well, there's a lot of visual style in the second one. They used many different forms of animation,
Cool.
or art styles, it was very visually. It almost felt visually overwhelming.
That is.
But in a cool, like, I feel like you need to watch it multiple times to pick up on things that maybe you missed the first time.
Yeah, I love something like that. I definitely should have seen that.
Yes, you should have.
Yeah.
Well, I was just gonna go through the list real quick. So yeah, Mary and the Witchflower. That was almost like a Studio Ghibli style, but it was not made by Studio Ghibli. It was like a different company.
It does look like a Studio Ghibli.
Yeah, but it's not Studio Ghibli.
Okay.
I think it was people that left Studio Ghibli, made
Okay.
their own company,
That's
and
why it looks so much like.
it had some voice actors in it. Like one of them played in Black Hawk Down and Wonder Woman.
Wait.
The British guy with the sniper rifle in Wonder Woman. I think it was Scottish.
Oh, the Scottish guy?
Yeah, he was in here.
Oh, okay.
There was somebody else too, but I don't remember. And then 12 Strong also came out. You remember that one?
I never saw that one. Is that the one with Chris
Chris
Hemsworth?
yeah.
I never saw that one.
Wait,
That has
was
to
that
do
the one where they
with-
go to Afghanistan?
Yeah, well, on
Yeah.
the horses.
Yeah, that was sweet. I mean, they had some cool scenes. It was a pretty good action movie. Yeah,
I heard it was good. I just never.
You know what? Honestly, having just finally watched Extraction after
Oh,
all waiting years,
Gosh, what the heck?
12 Strong, I like 12 Strong better than Extraction.
Oh well, okay.
I would say.
I don't know.
I
I
don't
would
know
say-
that Sin will agree with that, but
Well, I haven't seen 12 Strong, so I know 12 Strong is supposed to. Isn't that based on a true story?
yeah.
Yeah.
It was when they went in first
Okay.
before the rest.
Have you seen the second Extraction?
I'm debating. I probably will, but the first one was just had like. It wasn't bad. I was just kind of hoping for more. I'm wondering if the second one maybe is a little better.
I really enjoy them both.
Yeah.
There's some it ventures a little bit into John Wicky territory in the second one,
Yeah.
which I noticed, but it wasn't enough for me to hate it outright. I felt like the second one might have been a little bit more emotional.
Oh, see, that's what the first one had way too much emotion for me.
Are you serious? There was a whole
Right.
lot of fighting and
Right off the bat, I think within the first 2 minutes, there was slow piano music, and I was like, "Oh, are you kidding me?" Like, oh my god! Like I was, and throughout the stuff. I mean, there's the stuff with like the dudes, the other guy, the dude's right-hand man who sets it all up, who's fighting for his family. There was 2 scenes with slow piano music within the first 5 minutes, and I thought about stopping. And
oh
that-
my gosh.
If slow piano music comes on a movie, I'm instantly like, "Don't you patronize me? Don't you try to change my mood and make
Well,
it
we understand why he's like that because he's a serial killer.
That's exactly what it is.
Oh, a badass serial killer?
But I mean, it's nothing like Fury Road. No, there's an
Oh
actual
gosh,
for
no
ya.
thank you.
No sad piano music in Fury Road. No time for it.
It's just you don't like sad piano music at all.
No.
You're bigoted against sad piano music.
I really
Okay,
like
we
the
got
piano
it.
music in.
And I think it's offensive. Society allows it to be just broadcast everywhere all the time.
I really like the piano music in Mass Effect 3. Top notch.
Oh, I haven't. I have no idea. I know nothing about that.
You know nothing.
Yeah, Jon Snow.
Maze Runner: The Death Cure.
I never saw that one. I never saw any of the Maze Runners after the first one.
Aw.
I never
Yeah.
saw it either. I saw
What? Then there's Winchester.
Oh,
I heard
That
that
movie.
was not great.
yeah.
Wait, Cloverfield Paradox?
Cloverfield Paradox. Now that's the
That's
third
so
one.
that's
I
so-
never finished.
Oh.
I never finished the other one. The second
Okay,
one.
I remember these two. Okay.
What?
Peter Rabbit. I remember when that first played, the room that we were having in was so demolished that they had
Because
to
of the children.
that they had to get concessions to come help us clean it up.
Oh,
And then the next one that I remember was 50 Shades Freed.
you're
And
like,
we came into one room to clean it, and we saw something on the seat.
no.
And one of the managers was like,
Dude.
"We call
Horny
it-"
bitch detected. Horny bitch detected.
Woo-woo.
What was it on the seat?
It was just ranch, but since it was
Oh.
a 50 Shades Freed,
Everyone was
We were
scared.
kind of like,
Well, that's funny because people have been caught at that theater, right?
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Matt can tell you everything.
There's-
And I also remember the 1517 to Paris, which is based on the true
Oh, yeah.
story of one of those
That was a
military dudes.
Clint Eastwood
Yeah.
movie, I think.
Then
I
they
never
like
saw that.
stopped a terrorist.
Yeah. Was
That
that
would
this
have been-
year? Was that
Yeah.
2018?
Yeah, I actually remember when that
Doggone,
came
that
out. I
long
remember didn't they like it could have been like a 9/11 there if they hadn't stopped them.
I just remember that they stopped him. They
Wait, which
prevented
one?
what was it? What was it, Arturo?
1517 to Paris.
Yeah, 15. Remember when there was that terrorist on a train, and these guys subdued him?
Yes.
They
Okay,
made it.
yeah.
It was a Clint Eastwood movie.
Yeah, I remember. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, Game Night. We did watch that.
Oh,
one.
that's a
That one
fun,
was funny. Yeah.
crazy movie. Have you guys seen that?
Who's in that one?
Huh?
Who's in it?
Jason Bateman and Rachel McAdams, Michael C. Hall,
I don't think I saw that one.
It
and
was funny.
Jesse Plemons.
Really?
Uh,
I like Jesse Plemons and can't. Wait.
Who's
Oh,
this
there it
thing?
is. I see it.
Rescue Mermaid.
Yeah, but I remember probably the one scene that was making me laugh a
I think I
lot.
would like this a lot.
The scene
It
that
was
was making
pretty funny. Sorry, go
yeah,
ahead,
the
Arturo.
scene that was making me laugh a lot was when he was having a tussle with the guys in the kitchen. And like they thought it was all a setup there, but it was really happening and they
So
and he
the-
was like fighting them and then he had a gun in his like
It was all this chaos going on, and they're just sitting on the couch watching, like, oh, okay. So the premise, Colin, is that these friends, they like to get together and play games. And so one particular night, they're going to play this game about this person that's supposed to come in and like do a kidnapping or something like that. And then it really happens, and they of course think it's all part of it's partly both, like it's both, but they think it's all a game, and it's funny the chaos that ensues.
Nice.
Yeah, it was
Hollywood like
a lot of comedic moments in there. Yes,
now
Sashi, I have seen that one, and I thought it was terrible. I liked Rampage more than Skyscraper.
oh yeah, that's the one I remember. But another one I was going to mention that I remembered this year was Annihilation with Natalie Portman, and I remember the one thing that actually made me feel very uncomfortable going inside the theater was the credit music.
Because it was
like,
creepy?
It was so creepy to the point where like it's okay, so imagine this. You're in the theater, all right, and it's loud because of the speakers. And that sound is like it's like, oh my god.
Creeped you out, huh?
It was just creepy to be in there and listening to that.
That's
Even though the movie probably wasn't really that creepy.
Oh, it is. You never saw it?
No.
I saw it.
I saw bits of it since it.
It's creepy. It's meant to be like creepy and beautiful. But man, okay, Annihilation, I want to love that movie. And I actually rewatched it like this month or last month, I mean. But man, I just can't. I like it, but I can't love it. I can't make myself. I feel like it has all the ingredients for a movie I would love, and I do really like Alex Garland and Natalie Portman and crazy, like creative, chaotic sci-fi stuff. But it didn't come together for me. I feel like the end of it really kind of falls apart rather than comes together. And it could have maybe even been better building up. It's not like it's super great, but it's definitely mysterious and creepy. And then it just never really.
Just remember seeing a scene about the bear.
That's maybe
mimicking, I think, the sound and
my favorite.
Tied up on the chair.
That's a very creepy, scary scene. That's a great scene.
Now, has anybody seen Red Sparrow?
I saw it.
There was one scene I remember, and that's like when Jennifer Lawrence, like she's like in that classroom, all right, and she literally strips naked in front of everybody.
Yeah,
I remember like that movie was like what her as a spy or
So
something.
she was in training. They were
Yeah.
in training, and I watched it just because of because it seemed like something that I would like. But by then, Jennifer Lawrence was wearing really thin on me, so I didn't enjoy it probably as much as I would have if I'd seen it maybe years earlier. Like if it had been a movie from before.
Wait, I want to know, Simon. What did you think about Annihilation? Good or bad? Because don't you say you liked Alex Garland? Simon.
Are you muted, Simon?
Yeah, I'm muted. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Okay.
You've said pretty much everything there's to say about it, but yeah.
Did you think that it fell apart at the end too? The end wasn't satisfying?
No, I liked the end. I liked
liked
that it
the
was
end?
open-ended and yeah.
Was it open-ended?
Well, I mean, you could.
Yeah.
I know what like how it ended. It's
I mean, are you
hinted
talking
by
Like, who's the
something.
clone of who, and who doesn't matter if they're a
It
clone.
doesn't matter. Because I mean, her eyes glow at the very
Yeah,
end.
like you could. I think she became part
So
of whatever.
Did she change? Is it a clone? Is it a changed version of the original? Doesn't matter. And
She
that
turned
kind
into Michael Jackson's Thriller.
of yeah.
So Upgrade was on the list that I had written as possible movies to watch, but we never got around to it because
I know
Arturo
how it
knows
ends.
he knows
I
how
know
it ends. And I liked this movie all the way up until the end, and then the end happened, and then it aggravated me. But
I think I saw this one.
it reminds me of so I saw an Indian movie a year or two ago called Attack Part 1, and it was a very similar sort of situation, except not that type of ending. But the choreography, action scenes were really good in there.
Has anybody seen Death Wish?
Yes, this is the remake. Yes, it did, Fletcher. I hated that. I hated it so much.
I would love a comedy remake of Upgrade where it's Elon Musk giving out the chip and it just completely doesn't work at all.
And it makes him do really crazy stuff or something.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry,
okay.
what was the one you just mentioned, Arturo?
Death Wish.
Yes, I saw that just once. It was a Bruce Willis remake of a Charles Bronson movie from back in the 70s. They made multiple movies with Charles Bronson.
Okay, there, Simon.
What is that?
Oh, nice. What, a water pipe?
What are you doing?
It's a water pipe.
What are you doing?
Yep. A script I could of this.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, is he gonna start laughing?
Good times.
I wish you had your camera on that time that you lost it with the fit of the giggles. I really wish that we could have seen what you look like when that happened.
I can only imagine. Who has seen A Wrinkle in Time? I remember when this
So
was.
I never watched that one. I remember that I listened to like the audio version story of it way back when I was in elementary school. Oh yeah, yeah.
And then Stalin, the death of Stalin actually came out over here, even though it was 2017.
I still gotta watch that one.
It is
On my
a
list.
funny movie.
Oh, that's wait. So Death of Stalin is a 20. Did we talk about that last week?
It's 2017. Initially, it is 2017, but it came out
Okay.
over here in 2018 in our movie, and
Okay.
I remember we had it. I
So
just never
that's
saw it.
definitely worth watching. It's a black comedy,
Okay.
and there are some really, really funny moments in it,
Svetlana.
but also really like very dark moments at the. It's weird. It does this weird balance.
Like
obviously,
it shows like how horrible he
What?
was, what he
Yeah.
did to a lot of people there. But on the other hand, it also it does well with the comedy. Like you could just laugh at it and really have no remorse for him.
Yeah.
It was good. It was definitely good.
Anybody seen the Strangers Pray at Night? This was a sequel.
No. Wait, was that the sequel to the
First
the
one.
one where they broke in the house? Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
I never watched this one because I never saw the first one.
Okay, and
Oh, this has Lewis Pullman in it. Interesting. Okay.
I remember seeing the ending of it.
Oh, the ending of this?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know, like the ending is sort of like, well, okay, but
Yeah,
nothing
that's
like.
how I felt about the ending of the first one. even though I
Then
never
there
saw
was. Has anyone seen the Hurricane Heist?
it. No, I have not seen this.
Okay.
Has anyone seen the Coen Brothers movie Ballad of Buster Scruggs?
No, I have not seen that, but I heard of that.
It was interesting. It was entertaining to watch one time. Maybe it was kind of like half a dozen or so short stories, kind of, and unrelated short stories. And like,
oh, it's an anthology then.
I guess so. Yeah, because it was a movie. It was a movie that was like, you know, a few 15-minute short stories, and so some of them I felt like were a lot more entertaining than others. Is the problem. So I feel like some of those I would. One had Tom Waits, that was really cool. One had one of the best ones at Tim Blake Nelson. I think it was the first one, and they were just like pretty entertaining little like short story films to watch because it's Coen Brothers and it had this quirky style and stuff. But some of them I felt like were just kind of slow and didn't really. I wouldn't want to watch them again. But it was kind of interesting. It kind of flew under the radar for like a Coen Brothers movie because I guess it was like a bunch of short things.
I remember the title, but I did not realize that it was an anthology.
Yeah. Oh, I see. It says 6 Tales. Yeah, 6 Tales of Life in the Old West. They all took place in the Old West. So yeah.
It's fun. They try to steal. Oh, he's talking about Hurricane Heist.
Yeah.
That's a cool idea for a movie, actually. I never saw that, but that's a great idea, I think, for a movie.
About a heist during a hurricane?
Yeah, storm as a backdrop for a heist.
Who was in that? The only name I recognize is Ben Cross. Okay. The Tomb Raider came out, the other one, like the rebooted Tomb Raider with Alicia.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that. Never saw it.
Yeah, I'd written that down on our list. That, you know, I write down a crap ton of things and we hardly ever see. I don't even think we see a fourth of them.
Mm-hmm.
There's so
it
many.
Sucked.
I saw it. It was. I didn't feel
completely forgettable. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Pacific Rim Uprising.
I don't think I saw that. Yeah, it's hard to believe that Ready Player One is that old.
Oh yeah, I liked Ready Player One. That was fun.
I really liked it too. I was kind of surprised by how much I liked it because I kind of wrote it off when I saw the preview and I didn't see it in theaters. I don't know. I just felt like, oh, Spielberg's doing another kind of like kid movie and it's just going to be too weird and sci-fi.
No.
I don't know. But when I saw it, I really enjoyed it. And I thought it was creative and entertaining. And I really liked how they made all the references in a way that felt kind of organic and fit for the story. And it was
fun.
Cool action and special. It was like really good.
Yeah.
I think
a lot of
a lot.
pop culture.
Yeah, it pops in my head a lot. And some good stuff. Really great car chase scene. That opening, like, crazy car chase scene in the beginning was so good. Yeah, I like that. I liked it a lot.
Has anyone seen this film that Fletcher's talking about? That title seems familiar to me, but I have not watched it. I'm gonna check my watch list.
I've not seen it either.
And see if I have put this in my watch list. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and add it before I forget.
I liked how Ready Player One had kind of a good blend of like making it, I don't know, a world that felt dystopian but also fun and cool. You know, like it felt like that, the outside real world was kind of like they're all kind of like living in this like trailers stacked on each other. But then in the virtual world, it was like super fun and exciting. So I liked that how they showed that like the movie feels like a fun movie.
Literally like what VR chat is right now. Does anybody know VR chat?
I don't think it's that VR chat's that good right now. I've never seen it.
Have you? Yeah, you don't. Okay, so it's on Steam. It's free to play. If you had a VR thing, you could actually use the VR, but you could also just play it on a monitor if you want. But
yeah,
I guess that's the close you could get to like a Ready Player One feel, because like people could go around to different maps and stuff, play online, and you could also get skins like from different okay, I'll wait until Simon's done. Okay, I was just saying like you could get different skins from like different shows, movies,
you have to have a special headset for that.
No, like you don't need a special headset. You could like play it on the monitor if you want, but you could use a VR headset if you wanted.
Okay.
Like that's the close you could get to Ready Player One.
You getting ready to say something, Simon?
No.
No. Ugh. Okay. A Quiet
Joe,
Place.
How are you doing? A Quiet Place. Arturo finally saw this movie.
He did?
Yeah.
Yeah, finally for the first time.
You like it?
I remember when it was at my theater. For some reason I wasn't interested in it.
And then you saw it.
And then I watched it because I like Emily Blunt.
Yeah, he
and her husband's cool too.
He likes Emily Blunt.
Yeah.
I could tell you guys a story that happened when it was at my theater.
Oh, yeah.
I witnessed this.
Okay.
So there was this lady that was like sitting on a bench outside of the room, and she wanted one of us to call for a manager.
Yeah.
Apparently there was a guy in there. He was drunk. Okay.
Yeah.
And he was being really obnoxious. And since that movie is very quiet.
Yeah. He was making a lot of noise.
She considered like he ruined the movie experience because she was really, really mad.
Right.
And then she acted really ridiculous when she wanted them to pay for the fact that she wasted her money going to see it when it was ruined because he was drunk. And the woman that was, I guess the wife, I don't know, girlfriend or wife, I could tell she was very, very upset. Yeah. And she was literally yelling because we could just, hear her. I'm pretty sure people could hear her down the hall too. So I guess the boyfriend was with her and he was chill about it. And the manager had to give them rain checks.
Yeah.
Hey, D.
Hey.
Yeah, I never forgot that just because I was like right there when she was yelling and getting mad.
Was this the one you told me about her causing a big scene screaming at the managers? Or
No, that was something else.
Okay.
But she was one person I remember doing that because of A Quiet Place. But then we also had complaints.
Noise complaints.
Noise complaints because Quiet Place is so quiet that you can hear other movies through the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I never forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was actually yesterday afternoon he watched it and he enjoyed it.
Cool. I was asking the question though, why would you have a baby in an apocalypse like this and then start to give birth when you're not supposed to make noise?
She didn't plan for the birth to happen the way it did, obviously.
But still, I mean,
horny bitch detected.
He's like, no, not here.
He says he had a sound engineering class and they talked about A Quiet Place. It's really interesting how sound is pretty much what tells the entire story and dictates how we feel. Yeah.
Well, I like the fact that what messes up their
head
is a frequency.
Yes. Wait, what?
That was a cool trick. How it got the monsters.
The frequency.
Yeah, that was cool.
So how you doing, D?
I'm good. How about you?
Good, good. We've gone through the top 10, and we're just kind of talking now about other ones. Did you
Other
have
ones.
innies? Oh my gosh. Did you have any that you would like to
Innies.
mention?
And he's
Well, first I was gonna say, did you see my Twitter DM?
Wait. Oh,
okay.
yeah, that you were running late. Yeah, I saw that.
Okay, I was just making sure. I didn't want you to
Yeah,
think
yeah. No,
I did
I
that.
had put the thumbs up sign to indicate that I had seen it.
Oh, okay, I see that now.
Okay,
It just
yeah.
told me initially.
Yeah. So, do you have any films you want to specifically mention?
Well, you guys already mentioned it. I remember. I guess it was one of those that I ended up seeing or renting, not knowing anything about it. I heard good things, but I think when it was out in the theater, I don't think I knew anything about it existing. But Upgrade was one I really enjoyed a lot.
Yeah, we had someone mention that in the comments about Upgrade, and I was talking about how I like that movie a lot, all the way up until then the end happened. Oh,
What did you dislike about the end?
Say what?
What did you dislike about the end?
That the AI won. I didn't like that.
Oh, just the fact that it was a dark, sad, depressing ending, basically.
Yeah, I mean, geez, that really aggravated me. And I was also drawn to parallels. God, it scared the shit.
off your bench.
Simon is like just bombarding us with these random noises throughout the stream, and that one scared me. I was saying how it reminded me of, there was an Indian movie that I saw a year or two ago called Attack Part 1. It's a very similar scenario, except the ending is very, very different.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, there's plenty about Upgrade to enjoy, but it's just, oh dang, that ending. Ugh.
Yeah, it was definitely a downer. I will say though, and I think you comment. You know, you'll sometimes find my old videos and comment on those. But I think you commented on the. I think you've seen the one that I did for the. What is it? The Invisible Man. Lee Winnell,
yeah.
the director.
Yeah.
He also did Upgrade. And one thing I
Okay.
had mentioned in that review was the fact that the films he makes and how they look for the budget that he spends on them. So like Upgrade was like 17 million. I think The Invisible Man was like, what was it? Like, was it like 12 or 15, maybe 20 million at the most? And I basically mentioned how it's crazy how you have films that are like 100 million, 125, 150, 200 that look horrible.
Yep.
And yet he has like these bare bones budgets. In theory, it is millions, but in comparison, it's like next to nothing. And they just have this very polished, clean, like distinctive look. And you know, it deals with kind of these futuristic, you know, optics and things like that. And it's just crazy to me how that works. But you know, Hollywood's gonna Hollywood.
Yeah, and it's true. It just goes to underscore the fact that you don't need to throw tens of millions upon millions of dollars at something to make it look good and actually even be good. I think a lot of studios seem to be missing the point of that. It's like they think if they just throw more cash at something, it's going to somehow magically make it better, and that's just not the case. So,
yeah. I was gonna say, I see you guys talking about Mortal Engines. I was so intrigued to watch that film. That teaser was great. Like just like that initial teaser where you just see this, you know, this small little thing moving along, and then London looming in front of them, and the song. I can't remember what the song was, but it was like this kind of creepy song playing in the background, and then them getting pulled into like his underbelly, Mortal Engines. I'm like, oh, cool. And that second, I guess the official trailer, whatever, that came out, and I was like, I have never seen I've never seen a trailer do a complete 180 as far as like my potential anticipation. It looked so bad. And that basically was the outcome of it. Like I was just like, this sounds so interesting, but no. That trailer
you saw it. You saw it.
No.
Oh, you didn't. Okay.
No, I'm saying when I saw the trailer, the second one, like what I had seen initially was a teaser, and that's what got me excited. And then when I saw the second trailer, it looked awful. It just, I guess, just because all the mystery or whatever. I don't know, but I could just really see that the writing, the acting, like a whole bunch of stuff. I was like,
Yeah.
this doesn't look great.
It was based on a book, right? Or a series of books?
I think so. And like I said, there's a generational disconnection there because I came up during, Harry Potter and a series on Fortunate Events and all of those. And even when Hunger Games came out and Hunger Games and Maze Runner and Divergent, I wasn't familiar with any of those either. So,
Yeah.
So as we go along, there are ones I realize I'm completely not familiar with at this point. The Immortal Engines was one I hadn't heard of at all.
Yeah, I hadn't heard of it, I don't think, until the movie came out. But, I mean, I hadn't heard of Maze Runner, the Maze Runner book, or I hadn't even heard of the Divergent books either until those. And I think I went and listened to the books, actually, the whole series.
Did you like it?
I liked it. I enjoyed it. Cool. Yeah. But I have never read or listened to Maze Runner. So I don't know if I will or not.
Yeah, I'd be intrigued after, because that would say out of the 3 that came out, because I think I don't know if I've told you this before, but yeah, when I talk about how Hollywood does things in trends, and I can always tell when they're on a certain trend. So when they started, I realized very quickly that they were doing the whole young adult adaptations of the the young adult novels and things like that. So Hunger Games, I was like, okay, no, and then Divergent, I was like, okay, no, I don't know what this is, and then Maze Runner caught me simply because of the concept. Just once I realized there was this person being thrust into this area, this containment center with all these other people. He's trying to figure out where he comes from. No one remembers anything. What's in this maze? Like kind of the mystery of it. That's what ended up pulling me in, and I think that's what kind of kept me going past that. But I'd be interested in potentially, I've been on my audiobook kick, of course. So,
oh yes,
yeah. So I'm kind of the possibilities are open right now. But yeah, I'll probably start with the Maze Runner because I'd be interested in seeing how different that is compared to the movies I saw.
I heard that the books are good. The movies, I enjoyed the first movie, but I didn't return to any of the others, and I heard that they're worse and worse. Mm-hmm. So I'm not really.
I wouldn't go so far to say if they're bad. It's just that because the first film. It's kind of like you know what? It's kind of like Jurassic Park because a lot of what makes Jurassic Park work so well is because it's this idea of this park and all kind of these deeper themes. While you kind of get this horror story of what happens when all these dinosaurs break loose and all these people are trapped on this island with them and how are they going to escape. And once you get away from that in like Lost World and Jurassic Park 3, it's just not the same type of movie. And I think it's the same thing with the other two. It's not, I think it's still interesting, but it's like once we're out of the maze, it's like a completely different thing that I don't think works quite the same way.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember Crazy Rich Asians.
So that was the first time. That was the first time. Sashi made a comment about it as well. That was the first time I noticed Awkwafina as an actor, and I thought she was hilarious in there. She was funny to me. Sashi says, I have a suspicion that Crazy Rich Asians was influenced by the Malaysian Joe Law.
I know
I think that's J Law.
Okay.
I only know that Malaysia exists. And it's interesting because part of it's on the island and part of it's on the mainland, which is pretty unique. But
didn't it have the guy in there that played in The Gentleman?
Yes. Yes.
Like different characters. He's like someone in here, and then he's really bad in The
Gentleman. Yeah, so he was the main. Yeah. He was the main love interest in Crazy Rich Asians, and then The Gentleman, he was like the bad guy. That's right, because I remember we saw The Gentleman after I had seen Crazy Rich Asians, and I mentioned that he was in the other movie.
I think the one thing I remember about The Gentleman, I know it's jumping a year, but I remember like it showed like when they were talking about his character, he's like swinging the machine gun around. Like crazy.
You talking about Charlie Hunnam?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rampage. I have not seen it, but
I actually enjoyed that movie.
I did too. It was the most bizarre thing ever, but I kind of enjoyed it also. It was just kind of like, okay, this is some weird void. And it's very up and down with Dwayne.
Oh yes.
But yeah, something about that actually kind of worked, especially in comparison to like Skyscraper and some of the other ones he had done recently. That
Oh
one,
yeah, we talked about Skyscraper. That was terrible.
Ew, I did not like. Yeah,
Uh-uh.
and it felt to me like a weird ripoff. Not literally, but it's almost like I don't know if you've seen the Towering Inferno.
I knew you were going to say that. Yeah.
Yeah, it felt like, I mean, not nearly the same type of film, but it's just almost like they took the bare bones concept of that and then just threw something together.
Yep.
Well, that's based off of a video game, Rampage.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I actually remember playing
fun.
one of the Rampage. I remember when that was in theaters. I remember that the music playing every time we go into the theater to clean.
For Rampage?
The credits scene, yeah.
I mean, you'd probably enjoy watching it. It was it was fun. It's nothing super special, but it's probably one of his more enjoyable films.
Okay, so what about Truth or Dare? Has anybody seen that?
Yes.
Is that the one where they're all sitting around at a dinner table?
Yeah, in Mexico somewhere. And
oh, no, in Mexico?
I thought they went down to Mexico.
I think you might be. Where were you about to say, Sin? I think you might be thinking of something different.
Yeah, it might be the one where they're sitting around a table and they all have to do these. They have to do this.
Truth or Dare, and then it's like a curse, and then it just keeps...
okay. It's so I can't remember the name of that movie, D, and I don't know if you know what I'm referring to, but they're like this girl. She goes to this dinner party or this place, and they're all sitting around this table, and it ends up that they have to do all these horrible things.
It sounds similar to it, but
right. But I don't. I can't remember the name of that doggone movie.
Is it about
I don't like it.
Ready or Not?
No, it's not Ready or Not. Ready or Not was fun, but it's not Ready or Not. Shoot.
I think that's for next year. I will like to watch that. That's
I would like to rewatch that film.
I think your mom will love that movie. It looks like a family movie.
Oh, I'm sure she would. The stuff that we subject my mother to on Sundays.
Oh, she was watching A Quiet Place. You know she's hooked.
So a week or so ago, or a couple weeks ago, we were watching Alita: Battle Angel. So my cousin and my aunt were in town.
Yeah.
And so I introduced Alita to my cousin.
Yeah.
She'd never seen it before, and oh my gosh, my mom, she can be so snarky about movies sometimes. So we're at the end of Alita, and it's the sad part with the boyfriend, you know, and my cousin is very emotional, and she was crying. She was just really, really upset about that, and I knew she would be because that's a very sad part.
I never cried.
Yeah, so she was. Yeah, but you know, it's Teresa. So she was crying, and because she's so sad, you know. And my mom was like, "Oh, it's okay, Teresa. He was only half a man."
Your grandma's awesome. I mean, your mom's awesome. Or Arturo's grandma.
I told Mom later, I said, "Mom, you were totally ruining the moment."
Yeah, and I looked at her, it's like, yeah, you were.
She does this sort of stuff, like, you know, she's always like snarking about these films that we
Sometimes she watches the movies we watch. So we were watching A Quiet Place, and I tend to ask her, like, you getting scared? You getting nervous? Like, she watched Fury, and I asked her, you getting nervous?
There was one. Nervous? Oh yeah, we were watching Knock at the Cabin. I was watching it with my brother, and she ended up going to bed before the rest of us. And it's funny because she was making snarky comments about the movie the whole time, but then the next day she wanted to know how it ended.
I think your grandma should join us for a live stream.
My mom would have no interest at all.
We gotta get her on board on the podcast. Let's go.
What you need to do, if you want to get a sense of the way my parents are, just go watch Arturo's series. He said, she said. Oh my gosh, Lord. Okay, sorry, that was a tangent.
Oh, do they share the gossip?
That was a tangent. Oh my gosh.
But no, I mean, she has no choice. She'll have to watch whatever we're watching. She'll be on her computer, but then every so often she glances at it.
Yeah, we see her watching with interest.
Okay, so she liked Fury. She did watch that.
Yeah,
even though it was
Fury was good. I'm glad
You finally saw it.
I did. Oh yeah, I did see it finally. Yeah.
Oh
It
my
was good.
Gosh. Yes,
That
right?
tank fight was awesome.
Right?
It was solid cast and acting and good like and war.
Yeah,
war
I
mood.
can't think of anything bad about that movie. It was so
No,
good.
it was pretty much positive.
Yeah, it was
I just
really
like the
good.
gloomy atmosphere.
I like
the
feel. It was the gloomy atmosphere. It felt very a war mood. And what was it? It's maybe my favorite role from that Transformers kid, Shia LaBeouf.
Shia
LaBeouf, yeah.
Shia LaBeouf. Yeah, I thought he did good. I liked his character.
Oh, everybody was good in there.
They were all good, and the fucking dude from Walking Dead and so much other stuff.
Oh yeah, the guy that does like I think I mentioned this, but like remember that one scene? Well, I don't want to get too much into spoiler. D hasn't seen it, but like that, that very bad scene that happened to a specific person in the rubble after a bombardment. And the guy that does Shane in The Walking Dead, and he like grabs him and he throws him down, and like it's a very sad, serious scene. And he's an asshole, but the way he talks, get your ass back on the tank. It's like I don't know. I just like laugh every time, like even though it's
not even a comedic scene.
Yeah, what do you think? Get your ass back on the tank.
I like that question. I don't know what's underrated because I don't know what everyone has their own opinion. To me, all the Marvel movies seem to have been pretty big hits.
Well, so I answered him in the chat. I think actually the Hulk movie, the one with Edward Norton. I feel like that one's underrated.
Oh yeah,
I thought that was a pretty good movie.
That's a good.
Has anybody seen Overboard? I remember when this came out.
This is a remake.
I was gonna say though, Ant-Man's my favorite Marvel movie that I feel like isn't considered one of the best ones as far as I know, but I really like Ant-Man. So that's mine.
Yeah, Ant-Man is one of Dee's favorites as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it is, because I feel like it's literally like quite literally and figuratively the opposite of, especially at that point, it was kind of the opposite of everything they had done up until then. Everything was so huge and kind of world spanning, and still not quite as big as it would get ultimately. But I feel like the stakes were so big, the villains were so big, the suits, the abilities, the powers, and I felt like instead it was a lot. It was literally a smaller, contained, simpler, just funny, straightforward story, and I think that's what made it so effective to me, because it wasn't being all the things that I felt like a lot of the other films had been. In a way that wasn't bad, but it just, I felt like Ant-Man just had a totally different vibe. So I enjoyed
the tone.
Well, that's what I felt about that's what I felt about like Black Panther and Shang-Chi. They had a different vibe to them.
Yeah.
Except it showed more of like different cultures than anything, which I don't mind seeing in the Marvel universe. Like I like to see what's going on over here, what's going on over there,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think like by this point, like at the end of this decade though, I would say this was probably like the height of Marvel, and then it just it goes down after that.
Yep.
Took a dive.
Has anyone mentioned Solo?
Oh yeah.
Someone in the comments did mention Solo, and Arturelia
I recently just watched that after many years. I remember when it was at the theater. I never watched it.
So I've seen it twice now, and I was telling Arturo when we were watching it that there were moments in the film that I could see Harrison Ford in the actor every once in a while, like these little glimmers of him, like just facial expression.
Great job.
I think I noticed a movement he did that was similar to how Harrison Ford would do Solo.
Because because I think it was. I don't know, maybe it was me looking for it or not, but I felt like there were times I've noticed it, like you said, but it wasn't like the whole movie I was thinking it in a way that maybe would have felt like they were trying too hard to make me think that.
Now,
he walked the line between feeling like this is Han Solo, but it's also like his own young version of Han Solo.
Yeah, exactly.
Now the guy that did
I was going to say, I've actually think I've got a Chewbacca signed on this somewhere. Here it is.
What?
I've got a Chewbacca sound on this.
Oh, a Chewbacca sound. Okay.
Here it is.
Nice.
So we got Rickrolled. We got Rickrolled in A Million Miles Away.
I was looking now. The guy that played Lando, I was trying to see like how
Oh,
how
yeah.
well he would mimic what's the guy's name?
Billy D.
Harrison
Billy
Ford.
D. Williams.
No,
Billy
Billy
No.
D. Yeah.
I didn't really
Right.
notice much of that. The only time I think I noticed a little bit of that was when he when he was talking, like when the first time you meet him.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
maybe the only time I noticed, like, okay, he sounds a little bit like him, but
I love Donald Glover as Lando, and I actually read recently that Donald Glover might be writing and starring in a Lando series.
I think I
Which-
heard about that.
Could be good if they let Donald Glover
Yeah.
write it, because he was saying he wouldn't do it if he thought it would be a waste of time. Like he would want to make it cool because he wouldn't want to.
Well, they need to do it right because
Yeah.
make Lando's character like right. Don't like turn him into something. That's always my concern.
But I really like Solo. I've watched it probably 3 times, and I always find it entertaining, pretty much start to finish every time.
I would like to know. Okay, so I know this was like a prequel to them and like how they first met, but I want to see more of like how their friendship grew. Because by episode 5, they've known each other for a while.
Han and Chewie.
Well, no, not Han, Chewie, Lando, and
Han and Lando.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah, I agree. There's opportunity to see a lot more. It went
like,
from
I want to see.
just meeting to like being old friends.
Yeah.
Middle.
Now I'm curious. Like, what was Lando in Cloud City? Was he
It was like the
What
mayor,
was
or
he?
something.
Was he?
He was
Yeah,
the
I thought he
mayor?
was like I
The
thought he was
administrator, or whatever.
something.
He was the boss.
Chief
He ran
Pimp.
it.
He was the
He's
what?
I'm gonna go make a coffee. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay.
You know what? So we
Nice. The video. Man,
He has been having fun with that thing this whole show.
I think he's because he's high, is he?
Yeah, probably.
Um, did we mention this when that actor that played Lando, Billy D. Williams, he came to our con.
Oh,
Yeah,
Billy.
yeah.
Yeah.
And what was interesting, he mentioned how the whole reason he got into acting was because he wanted to get paint supplies.
Yeah, which I found very interesting because he's an artist.
Yeah.
And that was why
That's
he
funny.
got into acting, was to pay for his art supplies.
That is funny.
I
Makes
was
me appreciate him a
very
lot
impressed
more.
with
Just
that.
yeah, he didn't do it for fame or anything. He wanted
Yeah.
to paint.
It was interesting.
That is cool.
Which character was that, Dulcimeris? What character in Solo got killed off quickly, Arturo?
That's what I was trying to think. I can't remember.
The droid, the feminist droid. Was
Oh,
it the feminist droid?
No, that wasn't quickly. Wait,
Yeah,
is
I
he
didn't
talking about the little short alien pilot? That had like 4.
Oh yeah, he got killed. Yeah,
oh,
him
I
and the girl that was with Woody
Oh, Thandie Newton, Thandaway.
Harrison's character.
Oh, did she get killed off?
Yeah, she
quickly?
got killed
I
along with
forgot
the
what
alien.
happened to her
Yeah.
character. Okay, all
You
right.
watched it. Well, that's not.
I
what you
did,
just
but I
watched.
was also on my computer doing.
They were
other
on that.
stuff.
They were trying to get the stuff off the train.
Oh,
and
Oh,
then-
okay. He's talking about the annoying alien.
Yeah, I like that alien.
Oh, the one with the arms. I didn't mind him. It was the feminist android I didn't care about.
The feminist droid. Oh gosh.
He was funny enough, but yeah, I mean,
Well, now that I know it's Phoebe Waller-Bridge, I kind of dislike that droid character even more.
I don't know that actress, but
Oh,
was in
she
Indiana
was in the latest
Jones.
Indiana Jones.
oh, okay.
Has
I was
anybody
thinking
seen?
that too. Like watching something recently where I'm like, man, the Star Wars droids kind of annoy me. Then I'm like, man, C-3PO really set a bad precedent. Where like, I like C-3PO, but his whole shtick was like annoying droid with human-like qualities that you'd be like, why
Yeah,
would
he
they
would-
program
well,
a
he would.
to have annoying human-like qualities? So then every time I see it after that, I'm like, this it doesn't work. But I'm like, oh wait, no, 3PO was kind of the original, and he's totally
Yeah.
defines all those qualities.
Yeah.
Well, I like that he would complain a lot about the worst things possible.
A lot of backstory and about Lando and Solo in the books that Disney. Yeah, there's a whole lot of mistakes that Disney's been doing
Oh
when it
yeah,
comes to the
like
whole
they
Star
had
Wars story.
so
Yeah.
much material. It's like so. Here's the thing. Now,
Yeah.
I tend to count some of their stuff, but then I count the rest of the legends. And also, you can insert Ahsoka in there too. Why not?
I think Ahsoka is going to be a pass for me.
I've been hearing
I don't. It's
not
not
so
as
great
bad
things
as
about
Boba
Ahsoka.
Fett or Obi-Wan,
Mm.
but it's not. I feel like it's just not essential. It's just okay.
I heard that they were showing flashbacks of Hayden Christensen as Anakin.
Her and Anakin, but I've heard
Yeah,
that
like
a
one
lot
scene.
of what Star Wars has been doing, like, or Disney Star Wars has been doing, like, has been completely forgetting timelines.
Really?
So, like, messing up the timeline, basically. So the Meg. Sorry, this is I'm
The first
distracted.
movie.
This is the year the first Meg came out. Was 2018?
Yep, I remember that.
Wow. Okay.
Sin, who
Yes?
cares about timelines when you can make money and profit off of IPs?
I know, right? I guess. Obviously, the writers don't care because they know people are going to come in and watch it anyway.
Disney, you've been disappointing.
You know,
me
it
for
really feels
years.
like they have just soured so much. Like they have ruined so much. Just
They
their
need to go back to their
involvement
IPs or something. Stop
in
taking
these different
like
franchises. I just wish
Yeah.
they would go away.
Well, it's not just them. Like Terminator got wrecked, and then
Don't remind me about that.
Yeah. Wasn't there another franchise that got wrecked too? I thought there was another one that got wrecked. Besides
Most of them get wrecked,
It
unfortunately.
does feel like that, doesn't it?
Oh, the Game of Thrones.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Halloween. Halloween got wrecked
We
so
know that
badly.
already. Let's not
that I
get on
literally had to
Halloween
make
again.
a funny short about saying Corey has the same darkness.
What game is that? Simon, what game is that? I know that game.
Among Us.
Okay.
Oh, that.
Wait, is this like, where are you getting these sound effects from?
The internet.
Oh. What I mean is, are they in your like soundboard or something? Like, is it you put it?
I'm
like,
downloading them from the internet.
Oh,
I put them on the
gosh.
soundboard.
That's like saying you got it from the world.
Yeah.
Where'd you get this? The world.
Yes, every franchise is. You know, it's
Outside.
almost getting to the point where I am preferring the non-franchise types of movies.
Absolutely.
You know, like these hidden gems that like the outfit.
Except for
Yes.
that.
Oh, I loved that movie so much. See How They Run, and
yeah, that was
Talk
good.
to Me.
Mhm.
Like these little independent. Have you seen that yet, D?
Still, I'm telling you, Sin, you need to see. You should have just driven that. You should have just taken the drive to where I am and just said, here's a ticket. We're going now.
Didn't you guys meet each other recently?
Yes.
We met?
We were able to say hi to each other.
Were we?
Yeah.
It was like just in passing. I feel like I was
know.
I saw you. I was like, oh hey, and you said hey, and then we just like walked past
We
each
just
other on the street.
gone. Yeah, I know. So what we need to do at some point is a watch party.
Okay, well there we go. Put that. No, seriously. Put that. Actually, seriously. I'm not even being funny. I know you probably think it's just because.
He ain't being funny. He's
I know
very
you probably
serious.
think it's just because it's me, but I actually at this point, because you talked so much about it, I think it would actually be more beneficial for me to watch it with you. So.
Okay, so let's see. Hold on. The last
Army of Darkness?
Yeah, I know. We got to do that too.
Yeah.
And we're probably just going to have to do it via StreamYard, Simon. I just, D and I tried to do one during, like on Discord. His audio wasn't working, so we just ran back over to StreamYard and we just suffered through that.
Ahsoka's
There's a way
mostly.
to fix the
No, go ahead.
the audio.
On StreamYard?
On Discord, there's a bunch of like settings that try to take everything that's not speech out of the stream. And I actually had to turn a bunch of them off just so I get all the that shit and everything to work.
But I think
if you set up,
I think we had figured that out towards the end, but at that point you were like, "Look, let's just go to StreamYard." But I remember noticing something with the settings. Yeah.
Discord is a little wonky and weird. Maybe we can attempt it again. But since when we first started our watch parties, we started off with a film I had seen and you hadn't. Now we're back around full circle, so that means maybe Talk to Me should be one of our next ones.
I do want to watch that.
Seriously.
Okay. All right.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Like I said, it's way more fun that way. Not to say that I wouldn't enjoy it regardless, but like the experience.
It's more
of the
fun to watch
party.
with friends for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Has anyone seen Breaking In?
Hey Jeff, how you doing?
Hey.
No.
Right. Yeah,
who's
I
in it?
think you've seen it, Sin.
Breaking in?
Yeah, it's like
Gabrielle
a
Union.
family, but then these bad guys come in.
Wait.
Gabrielle Union
It's got the girl from Bad Boys 2.
and Bring It On.
Wait, is that? Wait, but who breaks in?
I don't know. It's like bad guys. Oh,
Yeah, it's like some robbers. It's a
Billy
black family
Burt?
in the house.
Billy Burt.
Have I seen that? I don't.
I think you did watch it. Yeah, I remember I was interested to see it. I just never saw it.
Type it in, Sin, because
Oh,
you'll know what it
I
is.
see the poster. I've seen it.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay,
all I had to do was look at the poster. I kept thinking in my
Gabrielle
mind about.
Union.
Yeah, I
What's her
know.
name?
I was thinking in my mind about the story with Idris Elba, and he was a bad guy, and he came to the girl's house.
Oh, No Good Deed.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, that one. Gosh, I had totally forgotten about that movie. Wow.
Deadpool
How was
2,
that
of
one?
course.
I liked it. Okay, it was
Okay.
all right. Yeah.
Ted,
Oh.
remember Ted?
Which one? Yeah. Hey, Ted.
Has anybody seen First Reformed? This is actually an A24 movie. I remember.
No.
Oh.
I know who Max Rebo is. I'd watch that.
I don't know what that is.
I remember when it was like at my theater, and I just remember the.
Sorry, I think Colin's talking about something totally different. What are you talking
Yeah.
about, Arturo?
The First Reform. It's got Ethan Hawke.
Yeah, I was gonna say the only reason I knew about that one was because
Oh.
of Paul Schrader. And when I did my review for, I think it was for Master Gardener, I did a kind of a dive as far as like the films he's worked on, and that was one of the ones they mentioned. I wasn't familiar with it when it initially came out, though.
I never saw that one. I never saw Isle of Dogs either.
I was
It
actually
looked really interesting, but I didn't see it either.
I didn't even finish it. It's the only Wes Anderson movie. I'm not trying to like hate on his comic because it was. I can see people liking it. Like I just personally, for whatever reason, couldn't get into it. And it's weird because generally speaking, Wes Anderson's like top 5 favorite filmmakers for me, and I really like his movies. That was just a weird one that I couldn't get into. I don't know. It just kind of was a little more weirdly more serious, or even the comedy was almost, I don't know, like a British animated old one that's just like flat kind of, but like I don't know. It didn't work for me, but I can see people liking it. It wasn't like
That's an animated one, right?
yeah. It was I guess
Okay.
maybe it's animated, but it has a weird, unique feel, almost like it's stop motion animated. In a
That's
way.
what I was wondering. I
Yeah.
could tell it's not quite that, but like similar or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Has anybody seen Ocean 8?
Oh gosh. Yes.
Oh, it's bad, huh?
Okay, so I won't go so far to say I won't go so far to say bad. It's just that I think you know what? No, I've said this plenty of times in my reviews how sometimes something that really is bad can be enjoyable in some way, or something that's
Yeah.
really good can be enjoyable. But something that is so like my biggest issue with it is that it feels so uninspired and so blah. Like I feel like they have so many talented women in that cast, and I feel like heist films to me are really interesting because it's about like there are these whole dynamics to coming up with the heist and how you plan it and who does what, and I just felt like they just kind of rested on the fact that they had all these interesting, diverse actresses, and they didn't really focus on the story or do anything else with that outside of it being like kind of like a Oceans, kind of like spin-off, rip-off. It didn't feel like something I don't know. It just didn't feel like it could. Like I expected a lot more out of that, and so seeing what it could be, even if it was just kind of basic level kind of enjoyment, it just didn't have that for me. It just was missing something.
Yeah.
Hereditary.
I've never seen any of those films, actually. None of them.
Hereditary?
I have seen Hereditary.
And Midsummer.
Yes, I've seen Midsummer too. Yep.
Oh,
my God.
Has anybody seen the movie Tag? I actually remember this one.
Oh.
I thought that was based on a true story, and it was like
Yes, it's
comedic.
supposed to be. And Timothy, I think Timothy was showing us that scene where they're trying to get Jeremy Renner, and he pulls down one of the characters' pants or something, and he's like jumps through the window or something.
Oh, we should have seen that. I forgot all about
I didn't.
that.
I guess I didn't even notice that was this year. Jeez.
Oh, it does have John Hamm in it. I like John.
Oh, Sicario, the second
Sicario
Sicario.
2.
Okay, I will admit it's decent. It's just not as good as the first one
No. Not as good as.
because Emily Blunt's not in it.
Yeah, right. That's Arturo he really likes Emily Blunt, y'all.
Horny bitch detected. Horny
No.
bitch detected.
Not
Oh
like
my god.
Do we have to mute him now? Let's see what else.
Oh, you're very kind, Ted.
The first
say
Purge. Has anybody seen the first Purge?
Nope.
The first Purge?
Yeah, the first
It's
Purge.
called The First Purge, I think.
Oh, literally. Sorry, I wasn't thinking
Yeah.
the first Purge. I was thinking literally the very first movie.
The first
Yeah,
Purge movie.
Right. No, I got you.
No, I haven't.
The last two are the ones I didn't see. I stopped after
Yeah.
election year.
Did you see The First Purge, Arturo?
Yeah, I did. And it's funny because I actually watched it in timeline order.
Yeah, you did, didn't
The
you?
first Purge is a prequel, then the Purge, and then Purge Anarchy, and then the Purge election year.
Right, you did. And then also the series.
And the series, at least season 1.
There's actually a lot of films, y'all. Like a ton of films that came out this year.
I was gonna go
talk
to
about.
Ant-Man and Wasp since it wasn't like I don't think it was on the top 10 grossing movies.
For domestic.
For domestic,
have
yes,
been,
but
yes.
not worldwide. I was going yeah, like what Dee was saying, it was pretty like just based around like them in California the whole time.
That was the one with the character called Ghost.
Yeah, where she would jump or could she go through walls or something? I don't remember. I just remember
she would like.
I think it lost some of the playfulness of the first one, and it was still likable, but some sequels just feel like it was kind of like the first one was good enough, and the sequel was kind of more of the same, and felt like I would just watch the first one again as much as watch this. Some of those I don't know. It didn't feel as essential as the first one.
What about Equalizer 2?
So, having watched that one a second time, I actually appreciate it more than I did the first time I watched.
Yeah, because I was watching and I'm actually like, I don't see nothing wrong with it. Like,
for
what the heck
whatever
was
reason,
going on?
I came away from that one not liking it as much as the first, but it's okay.
It was such a family movie. Heck, your mom was watching it.
Well, that was because we were watching it in front of her.
And our aunt was watching it.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
I never watched any of those because they look generic to me, but they've got such a following now. I'm wondering if maybe I should check them out.
Well, I really liked the third one. I don't know if you guys have seen the third one yet, but I enjoyed that one.
I do want to see that.
What's that, D?
No, that's what I was going to ask you. I was going to ask, do you think the third maybe helped as far as you appreciating the second a little bit more, or you think it was just time or all this time away from it?
Honestly, I'm not sure. It could have been maybe a combination of both.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know what was it with me? I don't know if it was maybe I just wasn't paying attention to it. I don't know.
Or maybe expectations coming after the first one, maybe.
Maybe. And you know what? I was mistaken in my review. I said that Antoine Fuqua, is that the right way to say his name? I had thought he directed the first and third, but I was mistaken. He did all of them.
It's pronounced.
So first,
Antoine
second, and third.
Fuqua.
I'm not going to say it the way it looks.
Anybody want to raise their hand and say it? Equalizer is a family movie, and you can get every family friend.
So no one here has seen the third one yet, but me, right?
No.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I like the change of scenery, and I like the little town where he was, and I like that it's not like a nonstop action-y type of film. I like that sort of thing. Equalizer 2, I don't know what was the matter with me when I saw it the first time.
You lost D.
See, the third one, it wasn't it? I mean, he is such a badass in there, and the thing also is that the way they filmed the fight choreography, I was noticing that especially in the third one, and I think I mentioned this in my review. It's believable, and it's not something that's long and drawn out. It's just it's done. Yeah. It's done, and
it's
the
done.
way he does
Compared
it, the way they show it, I can believe that he did this thing. It's something about the choreography or the camera work or whatever. I felt like it was really effective, and I
Heck,
liked it a
even
lot.
your mom said she liked his character.
Yes, she did. When he, what was it? When he
Like when after he found out the girl was sexually
those
assaulted.
guys assaulted
Yeah.
that girl. Yeah, and the way she liked how he handled those characters. And he's just so straight faced about it too.
Yeah, he's so straight faced.
Yeah.
What
Christopher
about
Robin.
Tomb Raider?
We
Yeah,
did
we
talk about that a
very
little bit.
briefly talked about that. Simon didn't like it. It was just, what was it? What was it you said, Simon? You called it forgettable? Yeah.
What about
you, D? Hold on a second, Arturo.
Oh, I was gonna say and I'd probably have to go back and rewatch the ones with Angelina Jolie. But I think if nothing else, she kind of I feel like Angelina Jolie. I know everyone's not a big fan of hers, but at least as far as what that character is, I kind of liked the edge that she brought to that character. That kind of fits Lara Croft to an extent for me. And to me, it was like two extremes. You had Angelina Jolie, and then I just felt like, for me, the cast, I think she, what is it, Alicia Vikander?
Yeah.
I think she was kind of miscast. To me, she just felt too young and too kind of mousy. I felt I wanted someone who was a little more, I don't know, a little more adult and I understand it's like her origin story, but to me, she does not fit Lara Croft to me. I think that was the wrong actress. And then the rest of it, I think that the rest of it was kind of off from there. Like, it was fine, but I didn't really get the full sense of like adventure and thrills and exploring the tombs and all that. Like, I felt like there was a different way they could have done it. It was just kind of
I wonder if are there plans for any more?
I thought there was, but I don't know.
It was initially, but I think they said something about like they're gonna retool or figure something else out now because it didn't do that great
right.
at the box office. So it's like, okay, let's figure something else out.
I can't seem to get a video game character right sometimes.
It can be difficult.
Christopher Robin.
I remember that. I didn't get to see it though.
Yeah. No, I never saw that.
What about The Darkest Minds? Kind of remember when that one came out.
Is that the Alien movie or is that something else?
It's not an Alien movie. It's like, don't these kids have powers or something?
Oh, I think I'm thinking of the Fourth Wave. That's
yeah. I know what you're talking about, Arturo.
What about Slender Man?
I heard that was so bad.
Yes, I've heard nothing but bad things about it.
Yes, universally bad.
So I'm going down the list here, and there's a movie that comes up called Revenge, and it's actually 2017, but I guess maybe it wasn't released here until 2018. And I saw that movie on Shudder. Have you guys seen it? It's they call it a French action thriller film, but it's all in English. I mean, I guess just like French people were involved in making it. And that one was actually pretty good.
We should have seen that.
Yeah, I should have. It's on Shudder. So this is this girl that she's assaulted and she's left for dead in the desert, and then she comes back and takes her revenge. I thought it was good. I think that's one of the first movies I saw on Shudder, actually, when I subscribed to them.
Another movie that probably would have surprised everybody is Searching.
Oh, yeah.
You never got around to seeing that, Arturo. You should have watched it. It was good.
It really was. I remember when the trailer came up. Actually, I saw the trailer while I was watching Crazy Rich Asians, and I just remember watching this, kind of thinking like, what? Because in my mind, I'm like, this almost looks like it's taking place on a computer screen, but surely they can't make an entire film that's on a computer screen. And then, and I just figured I was wrong. And then for whatever reason, I felt compelled to watch it. And then when I watched it, I was shocked by how completely it pulled me in and how they really made. I think they call it is it Screen Life? I think that's the genre. I didn't even know that was an actual thing, but I was surprised by how well that worked. That really had me gripped. That was probably one of my favorite movies of that year, and I never would have thought that beforehand.
Oh, cool.
Operation Finale.
We never got around to that.
See that one.
So hold on, I want to touch back on Searching. What did you think about Missing?
Oh, you're asking me?
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like so much of what worked for Searching worked with Missing. I just think as they got towards the unraveling, like once there was one particular reveal at the end, and once they got there, then the rest of it was like, uh-oh. And so I feel like they strayed too far away from what made. And it's like I said, it's in a different dynamic, of course, which I think was interesting. Instead of it being, the parent searching for the child, it's the child searching for the parent, and kind of the helplessness of that. But they fell into very obvious territory once that last reveal happened, and just the whole kind of final thing was just a little too cliched for me. I'm like, I wish we could have found another way to like unfold what was happening, because it was just too like, all right.
I felt like the end they tried to get a little bit too blockbustery.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and that's not the tone. The whole thing is it's like this minimalistic approach, which I understand it's hard to do that, but you can without it being this, and they definitely leaned into that. Right?
Yeah, I agree. I think Searching is the superior movie out of the two of those.
The Nun.
Oh yeah, and I was saying how it's hard to believe that movie is that old.
At this point, yeah.
Have you seen it?
No,
you don't like movies like that. That's right.
Well, I'm not huge on them. However, I ended up being able to see. I think this might have been one of my first advanced screenings, but I saw with one of my good friends. We saw Annabelle Creation. I hadn't seen any of the Conjuring films or any of that. And Annabelle Creation actually was pretty good. And we stuck around at the end to see the post-credit scene that basically teased the nun. It showed Valak in the shadows at the end. It's like, okay, so wait, are we getting a film about? And so I was actually kind of intrigued, but then everyone was like, oh no, this is just not great. And I feel like for as memorable and frightening as Valak is, for a film about her to not be good, I can't run the risk of being disappointed, especially after a film genre that I don't even enjoy. I ended up enjoying with Annabelle Creation. So I was just like, I'll just leave it alone. But I'm interested in hearing how. I'm assuming the second one is better, because a lot of folks weren't a huge fan of that one.
Right. I've heard that the second one doubled its critical score. But that's not saying much, because it still ended up falling in the rotten category. I mean, and that may have changed. It may have come down some. But I saw the first one, but I didn't pay so one of the main reasons I was interested in the first one is because there's a Mexican actor in there that I was interested in watching. Gosh, what's his name? His name is Demian Bichir.
Yeah.
And so
I think I know him.
Yeah, I watched it specifically because of him. So, but I feel like I didn't pay enough attention to it, and I almost feel like I should rewatch it if I'm going to go watch the second one. I haven't decided yet on the second one.
But you know what's so funny? I didn't know the actor's name specifically, but I could see his face for whatever reason. Like,
what have you seen him in?
I've seen him in a few things.
He played in The Bridge, the American version of The Bridge.
The Bridge.
With the chick from National Treasure. Yeah, he played in there. I never finished that. It was a TV series. He's been in a bunch of stuff, though. You still thinking? Yeah.
Actually, I was scrolling through. Oh, the first thing, technically first, but it was The Hateful Eight and Alien Covenant.
He was in that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh gosh, I totally forgot he was in The Hateful Eight.
Oh, I forgot he was in The Heat also. I think I saw him in that even before those two. Yeah.
Okay.
So there's a few films I had seen him in.
Arturo, we never got around to Peppermint.
Yeah, I was going to mention Peppermint.
It was nothing super standoutish, I don't think. Has anybody else here seen it?
No, it looked not in a bad way, because I mean, some films can fall into a certain formula or genre and still be interesting. But we've seen like revenge films like that, so sometimes it can kind of seem a dime a dozen. But like, it didn't look bad. It kind of seemed more generic.
It kind of was generic. The main reason I watched it was Jennifer Garner. I mean,
yeah, right.
I like her, so I saw it for that. I mean, I didn't feel like it was a waste of my time, but it certainly wasn't anything that stood out.
Okay, so what about The Predator?
Oh my god!
It's so crazy that Shane Black directed this and did the screenplay of this.
Really?
Yes.
I forgot that.
Right? It's like,
I never even saw it. It didn't look very good.
Well, my memory of it is that it wasn't very good.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
it was a wretched experience, and I promise I was not trying to be funny when I said that. It's just as soon as you said it, like it's like it all came back instantly. I was
Just
like,
a visceral reaction you had.
yes, because it was such a and granted, I don't even have huge ties to the Predator franchise like that, especially not in comparison to Alien. I'm more familiar with Alien overall, but it's just like, I wasn't expecting anything like spectacular, just kind of like some kind of solid, I don't know, take on the character, and I just felt like the whole and it felt like they were trying to do some kind of like raunchy R-rated comedy vibe with it.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, that's not what this is. And if you don't, I'm not saying you have to go like super, super, super serious, but like the stuff that they were saying and doing, it just felt like real forced shock value. Like I've talked about it numerous times, but there's a scene, of course, they're making fun of the guy for having Tourette's. And when he is around the woman, his Tourette phrase, well, I guess the way he starts repeating this phrase is "lick your pussy," and he keeps saying it over, and they keep repeating it like, "Did you just say that? Yeah, I just said something." And then he starts repeating it, and then they say, "But you said that? No, but you said." And it's like they keep repeating the phrase. I'm like, this is
so
not
juvenile.
funny. Like, this is not funny at all. Stop.
Yeah, maybe like to a 13-year-old kid.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're gonna do R-rated stuff, at least like make it, like adult. Like, it was just the most dumbed down humor.
Yeah.
And then, and I'll also say this: there was a third film, but this really put me off of watching kids in films for a while, because I watched this, I watched The House with the Clock in its Walls, and there was a third movie after
Good Boys, or is it called Good Boys, or?
Oh, I refuse to watch that.
Okay, so it's not that one. Okay, all right.
So I'm gonna look. There's a third one, but after I saw those three like back to back, and I was like, okay, if I see a child on the cast list, I'm just gonna have to tap out, because I was so aggravated. And each time the child was like, and I don't have anything against children, but I don't like when they have child actors playing characters that are super obnoxious and annoying and all. So when they had like the kid doing like, oh, the Predator suit, and I was like, I'm out. No. I couldn't take it. I really couldn't.
Okay, I get it. Okay, so we've ranted about that one. Do you have anything else, Arturo?
A Simple Favor.
That was such a strange.
It's got Ryan Reynolds' wife in it, and Anna.
Oh, I saw that. Oh yeah, I saw that.
It's even got I think the guy from Crazy Rich Asians too. That's like another movie.
Oh yeah, Henry Golding. Yeah. Yep. It was okay.
I thought your brother kind of.
Yes, my brother Matt. He loved what happened to like one of the actors at the end.
Yeah, I feel like my biggest issue with it, because it was interesting, and I really like Lively in it, but it's like it felt like tonally it was all over the place. It was like I didn't know. It's like there were times I felt like I was watching some kind of serious, dark suspense mystery thriller, and then other times it was almost like this comedic, quirky.
It felt like a black comedy is what it felt like to me.
Yeah. But it was like for me, just as far as the experience of it, it felt like it kept kind of shifting the way that it was, trying to balance that. So it was just kind of like awkward to watch. Yeah. It wasn't bad in the end, but I was kind of like, all right, sure.
I almost feel like I should rewatch it. I had totally forgotten about that movie.
You might have to put that on the list.
Maybe. Yeah. So D, Ted is giving you some advice here about like a potential or suggestion.
Boy. Okay. Well, I said I gotta if I'm gonna get back on this YouTube thing, I gotta get into my rankings. So I will actually go add that right now.
We talked about rankings. Yep.
Oh, I did. I made a top 25 movies list recently.
Oh, where did you make the list?
I mean, just in a notebook.
Oh.
Oh, I was like, were you going to say Letterboxd?
That's what I was thinking.
That's what I was wondering. Like, if you put it somewhere online.
No, I don't have
in
any
a notebook. Okay.
I don't have any places to put it. But no, I recently settled on my new official favorite movie.
Okay.
Because I rewatched one of my favorite movies a couple times last week, and I was like, you know what, this is it's the newest movie on the list, so it had to settle in for a good 5 years.
Okay.
Fury Road. Mad Max Fury Road.
Oh my gosh, again.
The best
I think he's
movie.
doing a
Wait,
version
he-
to get sent all around.
He has mentioned this movie twice now, I think. Was that a
Yeah.
2018 movie
No,
or
it was
2017?
2015.
Oh, 2015.
You're going back in times, my man.
I was saying I rewatched it twice last week, and I was like, all right, if I had to pick one movie from my all-time favorite movie, it's Mad Max Fury Road. That movie's, it's just awesome. It's so
I think
good.
Sin would agree with you. She would definitely support you in that decision.
Yeah, she really liked Halloween Ends too.
So
Yeah.
I remember when I just couldn't with Fury Road, and it wasn't just because of Charlize Theron. I remember watching this with a friend of mine, and when the dudes, they're driving in the desert, having this big chase, and the dudes are like attached to some pole, and the poles are swinging all around, and they're playing the guitar. We looked at each other and we're like, are you kidding? Like, what the hell is happening? This is too much. So no, I couldn't with that one. I know a lot of people really liked it, but unfortunately, that was not one of my favorites.
But that's what inspired me to like, and I mean, all of our talks that we've been doing, where I've kind of been listening and looking over all the movies over the years, I was like, all right, I'm gonna redo like my all-time favorite list. So then I tried to make it 20, and I couldn't, so I made it 25. So
Well, you should post it on Letterboxd, Colin.
I don't even know. I don't want to create an account just to post it, just for essentially you guys. Would be the ones to see it. But it was just for me to kind of order in my head what are the best, and it was fun.
Sin.
What?
Do you know there's a film on this list called The Misandrist?
Yes, I saw that. I mean, I haven't seen the movie, but I saw it, and I was like, oh, what's this about?
Right. I was like, wow. You know what? I might have to watch that just.
It's okay. I bet it's not friendly towards people who are victims of misandry. It's probably some stupid, snarky commentary. I bet. What do you want to bet?
Right. That's what I'm thinking. So yeah, I'm curious to see what that experience would be like, especially after our conversation.
Yes. Was that the first time you ever heard that word?
I was going to ask what it is, misandry.
So misandry is basically the opposite of misogyny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
and
what
that's
it is.
a movie that came out this year?
Yeah, it was called The Misandrist. Saw it on the list.
Misandrist dog?
Yeah, Misandrist.
Okay. I never heard
Has
of that.
anybody seen The House with a Clock in Its Walls?
Ugh, yes.
That sounds
It had Jack Black in it.
Yes. Wow, I had forgotten all about that movie. I remember not being overly impressed with it, but I couldn't tell you now.
If I'm being honest, the only reason I really went to watch it is because they promised you could watch Michael Jackson. It was like around Halloween, and so they said like if you went to purchase a ticket, you could watch Michael Jackson's Thriller music video in IMAX 3D.
Oh, really?
So yes, I was like, okay, fine, I'll sit through it. You know, that's like, one of the best music videos ever. Right. So I was like, I'll sit through it, and the rest of the movie, I thought I was gonna kind of like, oh, this could be fun, and then it was like, no. Like I knew it was going down. Like if I get to the point, because I feel like I'm not overly sentimental, but I'm not like snarky when it comes to emotional stuff. So when the main kid was just like, I'm sorry, Mr. Jenkins, I just missed my mom. I was just like, oh.
Here we go with the kids again.
I was like, get me out of here. Like it was no.
Well, speaking about more kids, the first My Hero Academia came out this year.
Oh, anime.
The first movie.
Oh, the movie
with
of it.
Kids in it.
So
kids with superpowers.
I would actually like to watch that at some point.
My Hero?
Yeah, at some point I would like to.
I mean, I like My Hero Academia. I'm just not as into it as like most people.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
Well, it just seemed like an interesting premise.
It's about kids with superpowers. I guess like a Marvel universe sort of.
Yeah.
I've never seen it, but I use their powers in Fortnite a lot lately.
Oh, Fortnite. Here we go.
Oh, yes, I know.
All day, every day.
Something I was getting ready to say about the house with a clock in its walls was I get that movie mixed up sometimes with his Goosebumps.
Right. They have a very similar vibe.
Right? Yeah. Okay. So it's not just me. Okay.
Has anybody seen A Star Is Born?
No, I never watched it. I know that was a big deal.
Wait,
yeah. I've seen all 4 of them. I would say
there's 4?
There's 4. There's one that came out in 1932, 1954, 1976, I think.
Okay, I didn't know about the 32 one. That's the only one I didn't know about. Okay.
Yeah. I think like if out of the 4, it's probably second best in my opinion. I'd have to rewatch 30s again to see if I maybe appreciate that one better. To me, the worst one is the 70s one with what's her name? With
Barbara Streisand and Barbara Streisand.
And I really like Barbara Streisand, but the vibe and what they do with that, it just doesn't have any of the depth of some of the other ones. I think the best one is the 50s one with Judy Garland.
Wait, Judy Garland? Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Okay, hold on. Mm-hmm. Then maybe the one I saw... Really? Then maybe the one I saw was the one in the 30s.
Oh, okay. Maybe.
Yeah, it was black and white. Was the Judy Garland one in color?
Yeah, it was Technicolor.
Okay, so the only one I've seen is the first one. So I guess I didn't realize there was one with Judy Garland, or I forgot. Okay.
Isn't that almost like 90 years old now?
Which one? The first one?
The first one.
Well, yeah.
It's gonna be. Oh my gosh! Wouldn't it be 9? No.
It's not.
Wouldn't it be 100 in just a few more years?
Yeah, that's too much fun.
Oh my gosh! I know. Goodness. Like thinking about everything from the 1920s is turning 100 already.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And everything from the 30s and 40s is 90 to 80.
Dulcimeris has a question about a Studio Ghibli short film. I have not seen it.
I don't think my friend Matt, I think, might have mentioned it, but I don't remember.
Okay, well.
Yeah, I hadn't heard of it, but I'm interested in checking it
out. Bad Times at the El Royale.
Oh,
I really like that movie. Mm-hmm. I really liked it.
It
had the girl from. This is the second movie of this year of the girl with the 50 Shades.
Oh yeah, her.
Except
what's her name? Yeah.
Melanie
I liked her in
Griffith's
this
daughter.
though.
Yeah, Dakota Johnson. Yeah.
Is she only known for 50 Shades nowadays?
That's kind of where she got her.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, yeah.
What was that, Colin?
For Jeff's question, I was going to ask because he said he loves Mad Max, but he's doesn't like Fury Road, which is crazy to me because I have seen all of them, and I feel like the first one is not even very good because it's like an independent movie. It's okay, but I wouldn't ever watch it again. The third one's kind of over the top.
Is that Thunderdome?
Thunderdome.
That's the only one I've seen out of all of those. Well, no, not counting Fury Road. Thunderdome.
Road Warrior is sweet, but I just feel like Fury Road outdoes Road Warrior and every other action movie ever. It just
emotional damage.
It's so good.
Well, let's get back to get back to Bad Times at El Royale, which is probably the better movie. I mean,
were you getting ready to say something, D?
Oh no, you're good. No, you're good. I need to. Oh, because you mentioned Thunderdome, so I was like, did you like Thunderdome, Sin?
Well, okay, so I saw it way back when, back during the day when the song was a big deal and Tina Turner was a big deal. I mean, she always kind of was, but
everything was a big deal.
Yeah, and I totally forgot she had a cameo in Last Action Hero, so that was cool when I rewatched that. I enjoyed it-ish, but if I would go back and rewatch it now, maybe I wouldn't.
Yeah. I've
I'm
seen
not
all
crazy
the
about
other ones except that one.
post-apocalyptic stuff. Oh, you haven't seen that one?
That's the only one I kept. And I kept trying to watch it, and it's just something kept tapping me out, taking me out of
Was
it.
it
And
the
I was
song?
excited to see it because of Tina Turner, but I
And
need
the
to try it
song?
again.
And the song. Boy, that song, they never stopped playing that doggone thing on the radio.
Oh well, we don't need another hero.
Yeah, that one. Yep. I actually like it.
But
Oh,
has
it's a good
anybody
song.
seen Bad Times at El Royale?
Okay, yeah. Bad Times at El Royale. Has anybody
Anybody?
else seen it?
No.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Really? You haven't seen it, D? Either?
Yeah,
Oh,
Saw
okay.
when it
Because I
came
thought
out.
we talked about it. Okay.
yeah.
all
I
right.
was gonna say I saw that first trailer and I was hooked. Like that
I
was.
wish I'd seen it on the big screen.
So have I.
Yeah.
But I remember when it came to my theater, it didn't last long.
Mm-mm.
Sadly.
Marketing. They don't like to market the right films that deserve it, just like the outfit.
That
and some
movie
of these other
deserved
films.
it. The cinematography was really good. I liked the setting.
Mhm.
It was almost like a Quentin Tarantino sort of like Guy Ritchie thing where it jumps to characters. and
Yeah,
stuff
they were
they're
jumping
doing.
back and
Yeah.
forth, like showing their. I loved the whole
That might be
aesthetic
cool.
Yes,
of
it was really
the
good.
place. The hotel
the-
was.
and the Nevada and the California.
Yeah.
Border like. Oh well, if you
And
want
the dialogue,
the California.
and the acting, like everybody's. I was
I don't
impressed with
even
it.
remember that movie.
Oh,
I
it
kind of want
was.
to watch it now.
Yeah, it was really
I
good.
liked it.
Yeah, I liked that. There was a lot of characters in there, a lot of recognizable faces. Chris
Yeah.
Hemsworth plays
Yeah.
this baddie in there, and
Ooh,
it's
yeah.
so crazy to see him play a
Was a
character like
baddie.
that. He's actually a really good actor, and so kind of to cleanse our palate from seeing him as a baddie, then the next night we watched Extraction. So
Yeah.
He's
I
playing the. I'm sorry.
no, sorry,
He's
go
playing,
ahead.
He's playing the boss bad guy in the prequel to Fury Road, Furiosa. He's playing
Oh,
a younger
Hemsworth
version.
is?
He's playing a younger version of the dude with the skull mask in Fury Road.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
and Morton Joe. Oh, see, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Hemsworth
Okay.
is young to Morton Joe. That's gonna be cool.
Interesting. Wow.
They're in post production. They already shot it. It's supposed to come out in May, I believe.
I am intrigued.
That's the who's playing Furiosa? I forgot.
Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. Okay. That's right, because I remember when they talked about making a Furiosa movie, I thought it was going to be Charlize Theron, and I was like, nah. I don't know. Maybe I'll see it. Maybe I'll see this one, because I do like.
Trailers
like
should be
both of
within
them.
6 months.
I'm not going to watch the trailers. I've kind of veered away from watching trailers.
Really?
Yeah.
I like getting excited, but I agree that they can spoil too much.
That's
anymore.
way
Yeah.
too much.
Yeah, I've kind of relegated myself to teaser trailers for the most part. Like, give me a sense of the movie and like kind of tease me and kind of have like the creepy music or whatever it is playing and enough mystery to make me want to pull in, but not when you're talking about like literally giving pivotal scenes away like in the main trailers.
Yeah, that's no good.
They do that far too often. Did you know this bit of trivia, Colin?
Yeah.
Yes,
I think he was like
I did too. Yeah.
the boss bad guy in the first one too.
Okay.
think.
I
I
think
don't
it's
remember.
interesting.
It's the name of the character is something with toes or something like that. I can't remember the name, but yeah.
Okay.
I might go watch it again. It's on Hulu. Hulu's got like half my favorite movies
Chibi,
on there right
wake
now.
up your mind.
You got a good.
Oh, the Toe Cutter. That was his name.
The Toe Cutter. I forgot. I only saw
Okay,
it once.
what a name.
It was just a little too independently budgeted. for me.
Yeah, you know what? I got misled. I think if I had just gone in not knowing anything or possibly seeing it before I watched Fury Road, I might have felt like differently about it. But the description for Mad Max is very misleading because it says, you know, it's about this man taking revenge after something horrible happens to his family.
Right.
And I kept waiting for that to happen. And I was just kind of like, and then I didn't know that it was, there's a word for it. It's not, I don't know if I feel like there's another word before you get to dystopian. But basically, it's like as society is starting to kind of fall apart and break down, but it's still like in this weird limbo space. So that was awkward to watch. And then the revenge part is literally the last like 10 minutes of the movie. And
Okay.
horrible thing that happens to his family. I was just like, I was so confused. So I think that kind of ruined it a little bit. The same way that I think Planet of the Apes probably got ruined for a lot of people because they show what is at the very end of the movie on the cover. Like,
yeah.
It's crazy to compare the first Mad Max with Fury Road because it's like a movie on like it almost looks homemade by today's standards. Right. Fury Road, which is one of the most like impressive productions ever. It's like it's such a vast contrast. And it's the same dude, and it's so cool that it's like he made.
What do you mean it's the same dude? Hold on,
George Miller.
Yeah,
I mean he wrote and directed the first and last Mad Max.
Okay, that's interesting. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, he's done all the 4 films he wrote and directed. Yeah. So it's cool to think how like I mean, the first Mad Max is what made him, and I'm pretty sure it's what made Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
But
Jeff is totally disagreeing with you.
Dude, Fury's already a modern classic. It's already bigger than a cult classic. It's a modern classic. I mean, I've seen it mentioned on a lot of all-time best lists already. It's not even a decade old. Like it's highly respected in the cinema world, which to me is just a nice coincidence because I would love it even if it wasn't. I can see why though, because it's so impressive. It doesn't seem like the CG is really well used in the action because like the action is so good, but it feels like they're really there. They were really there shooting a lot of that. And so you're not just like, well, they're just CGing a bunch of shit at me. You're like, holy shit. Like you're looking at the details of the cars, you know, it's all fast. And then when they do use CG, you're not thinking that it is. You're like in that moment of that shit for me. And that's why yes.
Okay.
Woo for Fury Road.
Yes, I agree, Colin. But wait, I just thought about it. Sin, did you finish The Favorite?
I started watching it, and then I never finished because Mike was having an impromptu stream, and he invited me, so I jumped on there. I figured I'd rather talk to him. But I was already starting to get a little bit tired of The Favorite. I got tired of the whole sexual triangle with the three like the queen and the 2 girls, and so I was like, I don't know, I'd rather talk to Mike than watch the scheming and stuff going on with these 2 girls. Like I really did not like Rachel Weisz's character. I hadn't reached the point where I changed my mind about her. I totally disliked her character.
Well,
you don't like movies with a
What's that?
You don't like movies with a female gaze?
No, it wasn't that. It was just like they were focusing on all of these like shenanigans and then what's her name? Oh gosh, the girl, the blonde girl.
Yeah.
American actor.
Emma Stone.
Emma Stone. And then, you know, you see her, she's making her little movements to try to get favor with the queen. And it's like, okay, this is, now I'm not,
one thing I saw
not like her too much. I liked her character. And then I don't know. So I'm like,
I just remember walking in today and seeing where the guy just pushes her off off the roadway and she landed like the water.
she landed in the mud or something. Some of
like that.
Some of the like Olivia Colman in the little bit that I saw of her in the movie that I had watched up to the point that I decided to talk with Mike instead. She's of course really good. She's really funny. That part where Rachel Weisz is talking about her makeup. She's like how terrible she looks, and then she goes walking back to her room and the guard by the door, or the guy standing by the door, he just was looking straight ahead, and she's like, "Did you look at me?" And he said, "No." And then she's like, "Look at me." And so then he looks at her, and she's like, "Don't look at
me." Yeah, I read.
She's so funny.
Yeah, she was good. She's
a great actor.
Yeah, she deserved all her awards and her noms for that. It was really good.
Has anybody seen Goosebumps 2: Haunted Halloween?
I was just noticing that was a thing. No, I have not seen that. No, I haven't seen that. Whoa,
Halloween!
Yes,
Halloween.
Yes, absolutely. Love that movie. That was a good movie. Now every Halloween I watch Halloween 1978, followed immediately by Halloween 2018.
And then this Halloween?
I commandeer the bedroom television, take it away from my husband. He can't watch his soccer stuff. That is my night to watch these two movies. And yes, it's been
and
a
then
tradition.
probably sometime this
years.
year we need to play this game again.
Oh gosh, no! I feel like I would rather get back into oh my gosh, what's the name of that? Grim Fandango.
Yeah. I just want to say I could argue on Fury Road all night, but I don't think anyone else wants to hear me do that. So
no, Colin, you have to. At this point, you got to go to the corner. No more Fury Road.
I can
get Daddle out of here. That was
2015. Guys, like you just letting us know.
You
could do this all night.
I will. But I'm just for everyone else's sake. I'm just like I won't.
He's gone like further, like what, 2-3 years?
Oh my gosh!
Furiosa is the best. Oh, I can't wait. Furiosa's like Tears of the Kingdom for me in terms of hype level. Oh, I cannot wait.
We got some heavy opposition about that in the comments.
Has anybody seen?
It's mostly just my opinion, though. I can't.
Oh, Fletcher.
But
as I have mentioned multiple times, nearly 30 years of marriage has not converted me to football.
Yeah, football, touchdown.
No, I just can't.
Go.
No,
what did you say about Aquaman?
About Aquaman?
Uh-huh.
I was saying how. What you mean we were talking about earlier today? I was on the stream before you came in. We talked about it. I was saying how that I feel like it's overrated. I don't feel like it's $1 billion worth of goodness. And I enjoyed it okay, but I don't ever want to watch it again.
Really? Why is that? I can't imagine a reason why you would never want to watch such a quality DC film like this again. There's nothing that you could possibly come up with that would be justifiable.
Well, the truth is, I just could not stand Willem Dafoe's character, and he ruined it for me completely. So it's not worth watching.
William Dafoe?
I'm being snarky.
I hope so.
You actually threw me for a loop for like 0.5 seconds. I was like, wow.
Kind of like how you did to me when we were talking about Halloween Ends.
And I knew that's exactly what you were going to say.
I think we're a little bit in sync on some things.
We are, yeah. Yeah, and I still would never forget your face during that moment. You were just kind of looking like.
I do think Halloween Ends is like probably the best because of Sin's reaction to it.
No, don't get me on that thing again, please.
Corey has the same darkness.
I won't argue what other people's opinions are. It's a fact that I've read it on critics' list. Whatever that means, it doesn't mean anything to some people. That's fine. But so I'm not going to argue what other people think about it. But I will argue.
Fine, but that's 2015.
I like it more than anything else.
It's 2015.
I gather
we're in 2018.
Absolutely not. Yeah, Jeff and Fletcher are not fans.
That's okay though.
I'm glad you love it as much as you do. I'm not there with you on that for this movie.
Oh, we got to have a boxing.
This is subjective truth. I won't rest until I prove it objectively.
Right. I gotta calm down. I get those things intertwined pretty easily.
It's like how you had to complain about not having enough carbonated stuff in your soda. I've been drinking soda my whole life.
Arturelia, he loves that. He loves that club. So, okay, hold on. Speaking of Willem Dafoe, I started at Eternity's Gate. I've never heard of that. Have you guys heard of this?
The name is familiar, but I know I haven't seen it.
Okay.
Has anybody seen Mid-90s?
What?
I was intrigued by it. I thought the concept was really cool.
What?
Didn't Jonah Hill direct that?
It's called Mid-90s.
Mid-90s?
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, Jonah Hill directed it.
No, I haven't. Haven't seen it.
Apparently, I'm surprised it's A24. I did not know that.
Oh, you know what? I totally mixed this up with something else. I thought this was the what is her name? Darn. It was a child star And she basically did a 90s, she filmed a documentary of herself and her friends in the 90s. That's not what this is.
Okay.
Oh, Salil Moon Fry. That's who it is.
Okay. Was she Punky Brewster?
Yeah, Punky Brewster.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And I was interested in seeing that because this is different seeing like someone actually like, that young or relatively young from what I remember, like recording and just seeing the world during that time period. So yeah.
Okay. I've heard of that.
Has anybody seen The Grinch?
Is that the one with Jim Carrey?
No, that's the one with it's the 3D animated one. I think
okay.
Benedict Cumberbatch actually was the voice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Okay, I remember you guys had Cinemark. They had the printed up.
That was the first time I noticed we promoted Christmas in August of all months. They already had like that tree. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah,
No.
that's right. I'm surprised you haven't mentioned Overlord yet, Arturo.
I was about ready to bring that up actually. But first I wanted to bring up The Girl in the Spider's Web.
So weak.
I wasn't impressed. Good night, Fletcher.
Good night, Fletcher.
Thanks for joining in. Tell Polly I said hi.
No, Fletcher, staying triggering calling about.
It's all in good fun. It's all in good fun.
I know.
So yeah, the Girl in the Spider's Web really bombed. They couldn't have just continued with the same cast from the first one, which I really enjoyed. Yeah.
Especially since they look, well, it's already enough of a sore spot. The fact that they decided to hop, skip, and jump and just say like, yeah, let's just scrap these other two films in this trilogy like they never existed. Yep. But then my thing is, if you're going to hop over to this completely new story, fine. Then at least do a Swedish version of that so it can tie into something we've seen before. But yeah, it just it's like, and I like Claire Foy, but to me, she is not Elizabeth Slander. And the look was so bland. Like the whole thing was, whether you've seen the Swedish or the American version, like her look is a part. Like there's a very distinctive look and style that comes along with that. And it felt like with a film, I was just like, I'm looking at someone like I felt no connection to that character at all. So yeah. I just don't think it was a good idea.
I am interested to see the Swedish versions.
Oh, definitely recommend that one.
Yeah, same. Oh, I'm adding that to my audiobook list too. I have the first one, but I have to add the other two.
See, so have you? So you said you have the first.
It's
so
true.
I never started listening to those books. My brother Timothy tried to read them, I think, and he said they were terrible.
Oh.
Or at least like the first one, so he just quit, which surprised me because the movies are pretty good. So I'm wondering if this is going to be a case where perhaps the movies are better.
Well, I can tell you this, since we actually were talking about this last time before we said goodbye. But I'm shocked to say this, but Interview with the Vampire, yeah, it's a no for me.
So the movie's better than the book.
The series and the movie, and I understand the series is a little further removed. I mean, the movie and the series, they both take some liberties. The series takes a few more liberties, but in some ways they stick close to the book. But yeah, the book is just, and I don't know if this is one of those things where it would have helped if I had read it physically, because I know some things you have to kind of hear in your own voice. You know what I'm saying, like in your own head, and maybe that would have helped. But there's something very Shakespearean about it. As far as the narrator and the vibe, and I just kind of felt like it was never as like, we're talking about vampires and the experience and like these deep, introspective questions that come about when you question your humanity or lack thereof, and you have to kill even though you have empathy for human life. Like there's a lot of ideas there, but when it came down to it, it just felt so like dry and pretentious and just emotionally disconnected. And I think some of that is intentional, but then some of it is just, I felt nothing. And I was like, I feel everything watching the series and the movie. So this may be one of those where I think maybe it works visually, like looking at the words and connecting the dots yourself. But as far as the audiobook and that, I've been waiting for it to be over for a while.
Well, D, it's perfectly okay to just hang it up and not finish.
No, you can't tell me that.
You don't. Okay, so look, it took me years to get to that point, but it is. I find, you know what? I finally did. I used to think I have to, I must, because I started it. I must finish, and then I decided, no, there are too many good books waiting in the wings for me to listen to.
Right.
I don't want to waste my time listening to something that is making me miserable.
Yeah.
So maybe eventually you will come to that own realization and not continue to suffer.
Okay. So it's not quite.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it's okay. It's not okay. So I won't put it at 100% full suffrage, but it definitely, like, the momentum that I kind of thought it was getting here, there. It's like it gets me, then it loses me. It gets me, then it loses me, and it gets me, and it loses me. And so, like, once you kind of get into so much of that, it's like, all right, can we be done with this? So what I think I'm gonna do is, because I still have like 50 minutes left, I'm just gonna
You're almost done.
I know, but I'm gonna go grab the book and just read the pages because I know I'm gonna speed through that. It's literally, from what I saw, the what I'm gonna be listening to is like this much. So I'm like, I'll just read it and be done.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I've never.
Did you ever see?
No, sorry. Go ahead, Simon.
Did you ever see Dominic Noble's video on it?
Dominic Douglas?
Dominic Noble.
Oh, Noble. No, let me see.
He did a video about interview with.
He does a series called Lost in Adaptation where he does movie to book or book to movie translations.
Oh,
so
interesting.
the link is in the private chat. Actually, I can stick it in the main chat as well.
Oh, okay. See.
We could get back to Overlord.
I know we got a little bit. Yeah, Overlord. We
a
were
horror movie in November.
That's right. I remember seeing that. It was.
Yeah, we saw it.
Okay.
It was fine. It was fine.
Yeah,
There was a little bit of some inaccuracy, but overall it was fine.
I felt. I remember feeling a little disappointed that I didn't like it more.
What do you think was the biggest issue with it?
I honestly don't know what it was, D. I don't know if it was just
like
the
there could have been a
actors,
little more.
if the actors weren't compelling enough, if there was just something missing in the story. It was just okay, and I was expecting that it was gonna be like I was expecting to feel differently about it.
Yeah, right. I guess
it just felt kind of. I don't know. It's kind of hard to put my finger on it.
I mean, I like the setting it's in. I mean, if you could imagine that being set in for a horror movie, I mean, that's good. But
yeah,
it seemed like it didn't show enough of the of these horrific beings that they would have been fighting. I guess you could say they didn't show.
They
enough.
didn't.
They showed a little, but only twice did they show. These things. And by the ending of it, like close to the end, you see them, but then they get destroyed and all that. It's like, oh well, okay. It's mostly them just killing Nazis, and then of course one of them has whatever they found in underground or something that makes him feel no pain when he gets his face like cut really bad, like so deep, but he doesn't feel it. But it had
Kurt Russell's son.
Kurt Russell's son, yeah. So that was kind of funny.
Yeah, I don't remember if I knew at the time that was his son when we first watched it. I think I found out later that it was.
And the only thing to kill them was like flamethrowers. So
you brought home that big poster, remember?
Yeah, and then I ended up burning it because
then you had to burn it because there was no place to
space.
Not poster, it was a big display.
It was a box.
That's the one we had to break down and put in the vehicle, right?
Yeah.
You brought it out, yeah. Okay, so what next?
I'm looking. Oh, Creed 2.
Okay. I've never even seen any of those movies. But
I didn't know that.
No, I haven't. I'm not into sports type movies very much.
Now, you know I'm not either. I would say there are like it's it's kind of like the same thing with me with certain genres I don't like. There are certain ones that kind of end up being an exception. Like Remember the Titans is one.
Warrior is an exception for me. That's an example of an exception.
Because Warrior, I can't. Okay, I've said this before. Is Warrior boxing or is it MMA or
MMA?
It is MMA. Okay.
Yeah.
Mary Queen of Scots. Has anybody seen that?
Oh, is that the one you went with?
I went with your dad.
Yeah. Okay. I have not seen it.
I saw it.
And what did you think about it?
It's fun.
Well, see, the thing is, there is another adaptation that I saw, and I think my mom bought me. It's like a package. It was like a double disc of Anne of 1,000 Days and Mary Queen of Scots, and so I feel, and they're both. One was like from the 1960s, and the Mary Queen of Scots is from the 70s. I think my problem with Mary Queen, this version of it, is that it was very much giving 2018 as far as let's modernize things in the 1500s and let's kind of throw in and slide in things. And I was like, look, I like there are times that could possibly work. I feel like the 1500s are the 1500s, and some of the stuff that they were trying to make me believe was happening at that time or was just fine, or the way they tried to slide certain things, I was like, this is really cringe. And although I've been very outspoken about the fact that there were Black people who existed during this time outside of slavery, like there are like lists of people, that were free, and tradesmen, merchants, all kinds of whatever. But what they tried to do and how they had people who were not white as part of the royal cabinet or whatever you call, I was just like, this kind of trivializes the reality of the people who actually existed by making me believe that this is what happened. And then some of the other some of the stuff was just like, and I feel like out of all the Elizabeth, like the portrayals of Elizabeth, I don't dislike Margot Robbie, but I feel like she's been the weakest thus far. Like we're talking Cate Blanchett, Judi Dench. Like there have been so many heavy hitters that have played. What's her name? Glenda Jackson. There have been so many like awesome actresses who have portrayed, and that, in comparison, was just a no for me.
So
interesting. I didn't realize that they made those changes.
Yeah, I remember when I watched it. I remember that, and I remember the guy that was with Mary Queen of Scots. They made him like bisexual, and I don't even know if that was even accurate. Like they made him like also sleeping with a guy and stuff, but I don't even know if that was even accurate to like the real guy. See, okay, so here's the thing. So Overlord's a kind of like that, but I can accept the fact that it's also fiction. Like they could have gone away with like inserting like one Black character, because I know there were Black soldiers on D-Day. It was until you see like the lieutenant that made me like, okay, that's stretching it a bit like of inaccuracy there, but still it's fiction, so it's like, okay, when you take a real historical thing and then you start inserting these things like what Dee mentioned, it's like,
stories in the word. Stories in the word.
Yeah.
Like, look, I want to have some accuracy, because I like history, but I'd like to see when they do it correctly.
Yeah.
Like if it's set in Africa, show the tribes and all that.
That's why I love Apocalypto so much. I love feeling like you're in a different time period, like when they really go all out.
And wouldn't that have felt really weird and out of place if you have like a white Mayan?
Or like an Asian person.
Well, I mean, actually, they are.
Then again, they are. What am I saying? They did.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
But
Apocalypto. The guy who played in. I had forgotten this, but my husband realized it when I took him to see Sound of Freedom a few weeks ago. That the guy who played one of the baddies in there, he played in Apocalypto. I guess he was the main character.
Oh, cool.
In Apocalypto. Yeah.
Wait, isn't he friends with
No, you're thinking of
Rudy
about
Youngblood?
Eduardo. You're thinking about Eduardo, the guy who played the person that helped them. No, I'm talking about you haven't seen Sound of Freedom yet, so I'm talking about like a rebel guy that it shows at the end.
It is Rudy Youngblood. I remembered.
What's that?
I remember the name. Rudy Youngblood was the lead actor of Apocalypse.
Yep.
Okay.
Now Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh yes.
I remember actually watching it the day I started to. We actually went to another theater to watch it, and that was around the time I started to get sick with something because I felt like I had a temperature.
Oh, I forgot
that. Yeah, I remember. It was right after we saw the movie.
Yeah, I bought the DVD of it or the Blu-ray of it because they have the Spanish dub, and I've heard the Spanish dub is really good. So I got it, and I was watching this video on YouTube. This guy was saying he watched the Spanish dub of Into the Spider-Verse like 50 times. So now I want to try to start doing something like that. It's actually pretty good dub so far from what I've heard. So, yeah.
Simon Face, you're scaring me. You have an angry face.
Simon has been quiet. He's high.
He's high.
So he hasn't said much today.
Okay.
I'll play video games.
Oh,
should I pull up that video?
You're killing stuff. And you're like, God damn, I'm gonna kill this. I'm gonna kill this shit right here. It's gonna get away. It's not getting away. It's not getting away. And I'm like, Simon, what?
I like
movies anymore.
I like the whole animation and style too.
Wow, I guess I forgot this was a December movie.
Yeah, I remember it was a December movie.
Wow. Oh, and Bumblebee came out too.
Oh yeah.
And also The Mule. Which I saw.
Oh yeah, Clint Eastwood movie.
Yeah, I saw that. That's actually two Clint Eastwood movies.
Wait, Mary Poppins. Mary Poppins.
Oh yeah,
returns.
with Emily Blunt.
Emily, that's another movie with Emily Blunt.
Pretty good. I liked it. I liked the Mary Poppins.
I heard it was sad.
Oh
with
really?
Yeah. I thought they did a pretty good job in terms of.
Oh my gosh, Holmes and Watson came out in 2018.
Matt's favorite movie.
Wow.
Matt's favorite movie. He wanted me to watch that.
And then, of course, also this year was a movie that came out called The Man That Killed Hitler and Then Bigfoot.
Oh, yeah.
What a title, right?
I saw that. Was that the one with Sam Elliott?
Sam Elliott, yeah. I
never saw that. I saw the ad or whatever.
I watched it like it was one of those as I'm working situations. So I don't remember much about it. But it was just something I wrote down. We never got around to it.
There's too many movies, I'm telling you.
There's too many. Definitely too many.
That's pretty much it for like what I've seen on the list, unless somebody else has something.
Someone the last time we did this stream, I don't know.
Oh, wait a minute.
Dulcimerist had mentioned the movie I Want to Eat Your Pancreas.
Oh, yeah. What about that movie we recently saw about the killer and the son trying to figure out
what's it
called again?
The Clove Hitch Killer.
Yeah,
it was illegal here most of my life. It's crazy to me that it's legal now. It's awesome. The cool stuff.
Has nobody else here seen The Clove Hitch Killer?
Nope.
Oh, that one's really I like that.
I can't even find it on this list. Goodness.
Really?
I'm trying to look for it.
Oh, another movie that came out was not really a movie, it's a documentary, and I started watching it, but I haven't finished. It's a documentary about the Monster Squad movie, and it's called Wolfman's Got Nards. And it's pretty interesting so far, so I would like to finish it at some point.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Well, I cannot find that that movie on here.
That's crazy because I wrote that down specifically as a 2018.
Unless I'm not spelling it correctly.
Yes. Wait, hold on. Oh, wow. I didn't find it either. I don't know.
Weird.
So, yeah, it's a 2018. It says it's a 2018 coming of age.
It is it's fully recreational in Missouri now, so I was thinking, like, when I was sick, was like for a week less or a couple weeks ago, and I was almost like, I could send my mom to the pot store. Like, Mom, will you give me? Like, I didn't. I went myself. But it was just that it never in my life occurred that I might be like, Mom, can you go?
Oh, the
pot?
the
Oh
girl.
my gosh, that sucks, Sashi.
So the girl that played in
I
there.
hate that.
It is, yeah, that's super harsh. As
The
anyone
girl that
can
played
see,
in there.
it's not a bad thing.
She's like one year older than me.
Oh, in the Clove Hitch Killer,
Yeah.
the girl who played in Once Upon a Time
in Hollywood is one of those hippie killers.
Yeah. Was someone saying something?
Yeah, I was just asking a question. Did you guys discuss the Happy Time murders already?
No. Was that that was a 2018?
Yeah, and that's interesting to me because I've heard like I don't know what
Melissa McCarthy. Oh,
with the puppets. Yeah, I didn't know what to make. I didn't see it, but I just the concept sounded like bizarre and strange, and then I was like, but it maybe could be oddly entertaining. And then I heard everyone say that it was garbage, so I'm not sure.
Oh, so you never. Oh, okay.
I don't like puppets. I can't handle puppets.
Oh, you gotta watch the movie Dolls.
Oh, those aren't puppets though, are they?
Or are they?
In America.
So they remade. I just noticed here that they remade Papillon.
Oh, they did, yeah.
Did you guys see it?
No.
I saw the original one.
How was it?
It was okay. I mean, I guess it's good, but I don't really like jail movies.
Yeah, I don't either.
So I it's just
very depressing.
Yeah, absolutely depressing. Oh, Arturo, you never talked about Operation Finale.
I brought it up.
Oh, did you?
We never saw it.
We never got around to watching that. There was a lot of films that came out here this year.
Yeah.
That came out like that were things that I wrote down, and even more that I didn't even notice at the time. Doggone. Okay, did anybody want to talk about any other films, or are you ready to start with our lists?
I just mentioned that Vice was a pretty cool movie.
Oh yeah, that's right. I said I was going to try to start it, and then I got distracted by jumping on a live stream.
Doesn't that have like a 9/11 thing? Because I only recently found out
Vice
there was like a 9/11. Yeah.
Well, it's supposed to be about.
It's Dick Cheney. Dick Cheney was president during and after 9/11.
And so Christian Bale played his character.
But it's not like about. It's about Dick Cheney, who was vice president.
Yeah.
From 2000 to 2008, and he was like a power player and an interesting, like pretty much a bad dude, but the movie's interesting. It's kind of a black comedy, and I like.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Papillon.
I was gonna say I figured out what the what that third film was, and it was Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom.
Oh,
another one with a child doing completely stupid, idiotic things.
Yes.
Right? Let's doom the world by releasing dinosaurs across the land because they deserve life. Like I deserve life. I was like.
Right. I hated that. That part was so stupid. It made that was. We talked about that before.
Yeah, that was dumb.
That was.
You know what? You know what? That film inspired me. The next time I go to the zoo, I will let all the animals out because they deserve to be free because I deserve to be free as well. Let's see how that
exactly. Make sure you open the first one you open up is like the lion's den.
Exactly.
Or something. Yeah.
Oh God.
No, that movie was just like, and it was a shame too because I enjoyed the first one quite a bit, the 2015.
But it's like
I know it's a rehash of the same sort of thematic elements of the first one, but it was fun, And then the second one was like no, and then the third one was.
Yeah, this is like the whole Star Wars issue too.
It's just what the heck.
That was the other franchise I was thinking of. That was
Jurassic. Oh yeah, Jurassic. I was wondering if I almost mentioned that when you were saying
like that's another one that they just don't know what the hell they're doing with it.
But Sin, what would you say was worse, Fallen Kingdom or I cannot think of the word, or this last one that they did?
Oh, the last one that they did. That one felt
World.
even.
Oh, Dominion.
Yeah, that one felt like it just got progressively worse. Like it's kind of like the same thing with Ends, right? Except the Halloween, except 2018 was better than the first Jurassic one in 2015, but it felt like it just was progressively worse. You know, the first one was enjoyable, good. Second one, no. Third one, oh my gosh, why did I sit here and watch this movie?
Okay, but if I had to force you to watch Fallen Kingdom, Dominion, Ends, or Kills again, out of those four, which one would you have to watch?
Maybe Kills.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Right.
Because we did get a good laugh when we were watching it back that time.
That's right. Exactly. Jeez.
Oh my gosh! Just my reaction when they started showing that scene of everybody all of a sudden losing all mobility, their mobile skills, and their ability to walk in up and down stairs. Everyone is just flying and tripping and
gosh! There was like someone had an iron, right?
Yeah.
An iron. Oh my gosh!
So much wrong.
I swear. All right. I'm getting distracted.
No. Keep it up.
No.
Keep it up.
Let's proceed. Okay. Speaking of weird behavior, has anyone seen the latest Neil deGrasse Tyson interview? Are you talking about the interview?
It's kind of weird though.
Are you talking?
Weird.
Wait, which one is? Oh, hold on. I saw something.
I don't know how to keep track, like who's keeping track of his interviews. Like,
yeah, I
it
don't.
It was maybe a big one for some reason in the news, made headlines.
There was one recently, but now, doggone it, I can't remember who it was he was talking to.
Feels like he gives interviews all the time, as far as YouTube tells me.
Yeah. Arturo, the answer is no, but there's some of the other if you want. You just have to put it in the fridge.
Other?
The other stuff, like the seltzer stuff. Sorry, he's been Skyping me, asking if there's any beer.
Oh, you didn't have to make that public.
Yeah, the trigonometry.
Right. Arturo's drinking beer?
It's just beer, Arturo. Yeah, the trigonometry one, Sashi.
I'm an adult. What do you have to say about that?
That's funny.
Yeah, the trigonometry one. That's the one. I just saw clips of it. And that was enough for me. So I didn't watch anymore. Okay, so are we?
So I have like multiple ones. Some of them are honorable mentions, and then the rest. Well.
Okay.
I don't know. Like, I'm trying to figure out which would be honorable mentions, and the rest, like, what if they would be like on the main list or not.
And so, who wants to go first?
I will.
Okay.
I'll go. This year did not have a lot for me, so I'll go first.
Because it didn't have Mad Max.
No.
Fury Road.
That's some 4 stars, but no real 5 stars movies for me. Like, I could probably do like my 2 favorite movies. Like, I could mention, 5, probably pretty. I don't know, Black Panther, Ready Player One, some pretty good ones.
Mm-hmm.
But for top 2, I would go Spider-Verse and Solo.
Oh, okay.
Which isn't even
Solo
like
surprises me.
They wouldn't even be 5-star films for me, like all-time favorites, but they would be my 2 favorites from this year that I would watch multiple times, have watched and would watch multiple times. Yeah, probably Ready Player One if I had to pick a third. It's tough, but I liked how it felt real kind of creative and different, like original and cool. So yeah, I'll do that. Ready Player One. I really like Black Panther, but it is kind of it's got a bit of emotional weight to me, which isn't I don't like the seriousness.
But I like serious hero movies.
But you like The Dark Knight, right?
Yes, that is serious.
But
you're contradicting yourself, Colin. What are you doing?
Okay, let's hear him out.
Black Panther's it's got more of that sweetness, like, oh, this is tough, but it's sweet though. At the end, things work out. That kind of Marvel cheesiness to it that I get tired of seeing. Sad piano music moment scenes.
Oh, the pianos.
Oh, there we
I feel
go.
like Dark Knight didn't have as much of that. Dark Knight was a little more just pretty dark in tone throughout.
So let me guess. That you didn't even like the second Black Panther one? The second Black Panther?
It's on my 2 watch list.
That is actually sad.
Well, there were some
that's kind
moments
of why
that
I
were
haven't
pretty
been
sad to me.
running to see it, because I keep thinking I don't want to be bummed out. Like I feel like it'll put me in a bummer mood. Like it'll be
it did. Like it the beginning puts you in a bummer mood, and then when you get to the end, it's another bummer mood.
Right. You're
and
right.
then there's like a little twist after the bummer music.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be a good movie, but it's just I don't know. I don't always want.
I mean, it made Sin cry. I will tell you that.
Well, it was sad.
I rarely want to feel.
And I felt very crappy sad. Well, especially when it showed Chadwick Boseman.
Well, it was showing flashback stuff with him. It's like, oh come on, this is killing my heart. What are you doing to me?
And then the music doesn't help.
That's the stuff that I could probably fast forward on a first watch.
We couldn't on
the big screen. We have no choice.
Everybody, I heard everybody like sniffing.
There was some sniffling going on, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
including Sin.
Yes.
She said yes.
But no, I was bummed. Like I liked the second movie. I actually
definitely not as good as the first.
Not as good as the first, but I did like the female actress, the sister. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the
I liked her emotional ride from beginning to end.
And I like the mother's story. The one character that I did not care for in there was Ironheart.
She was all right.
I felt like she
wasn't like.
But that's how I felt the same way about Ironheart, about Valentina, and about Agent Ross. It's like you don't have to just throw these other characters there just to tie into the rest of the MCU and to like, oh, hey, we're gonna have this other thing going on. Yeah. That's if it really just felt like, oh, this is our tie-in, and it really irritated me.
Yeah, I felt like they were characters that just didn't need to be.
Yeah.
Well, like Ironheart. I mean, when did her character even pop up in comics?
I have no idea.
It was
because I feel like she's just a replacement for Iron Man.
And it's a pitiful replacement. She was
she doesn't really have any like. Okay, look, like she was okay. Like I thought I wasn't really gonna like her as much, but she was all right. She wasn't the worst, but she's just not that impactful as a character. I found Black Panther's sister more impactful because of what she's going through.
Yeah. I heard they're supposed to do like a Ironheart show or series.
When they did that first rollout, that's why when she popped up, I was like, I mean, did we know what this is for?
I also heard that that's on hold, which would be just fine with me.
Like the Marvel shows I heard are not great.
I gave up on them.
Yeah, I never even finished Loki.
Disney,
so I don't even care that the next one's
Disney doesn't know what the hell they're doing anymore with these products.
Yeah, it took me a year to finish Loki.
Oh, you did finish it, huh?
Yeah, but it literally took me like a year and some change.
I think I started what? Geez, poor Scooter was still alive when I started watching it, and I never finished it.
Oh wow!
I remember watching it after stuff had started with him, and then I just didn't care to finish. I just didn't care.
Yeah.
I didn't care.
Yeah, I can't remember if it was like the third, but it was just like I realized that like there was no momentum, no connection, no anything. I was like, this is not what I was expecting. Whereas at least, which I understand doesn't feel like it's saying much given how everything has progressed. But I just felt like I was hoping to feel like what I felt when I watched WandaVision. And I said how that hit on so many levels. I'm like, if you guys found a way to like have this emotional depth and kind of this conceptual, way of telling these stories in a unique way, the way you guys did there. I understand some of it was comic book stuff, but the framework of it was like, whoa. Like, and it was very timely, as I've said before. It was very timely for me during that time, and with what a lot of people were experiencing, and just nostalgia and being young and life and like the future and all that kind of stuff. So I just wish they just feel like once they leaned into the TV shows, they lost a lot of their foundation for everything
Yeah.
else. So
Well, that's the only one I actually watched was WandaVision, just because it ties into Doctor Strange. That's one reason I watched it.
Simon, that makes me think of, and a very good day to you, sir. You get that reference? Yeah, good night. You're killing your father, Larry.
Oh, that one went right over my head.
Big Lebowski.
Oh, okay, because
First
I've never
thing-
seen it. That's
When I
why.
hear Iron Lung, I think of that scene.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, like Marvel. Okay, Marvel would probably be another example of them messing up that franchise. If it's not Star Wars, if it's not Jurassic Park, that's Marvel.
Yeah, a lot of the franchise
Except
stuff is just.
The weird part with Marvel is they were doing good, and now they're not doing so good anymore.
Mm-mm.
And
No,
I don't
one
even think
franchise-
I don't even think the new Blade's going to be that good, to be honest.
One franchise is actually improving on itself. I don't know if you guys have picked up on anything I've been laying down, but Mad Max.
I knew you were
I
gonna.
knew you were going to
It's
go back to
actually
Mad
gotten
Max.
better.
Go fuck yourself.
The original creator, Fury Road, and I believe Furiosa, they're outdoing the originals here. It's amazing.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
But
yes. I remember when
What's
they
the
tried
franchise?
introducing
Oh,
Snowflake.
I remember that. Yeah.
And
that
didn't
was-
they get that
was
same
dumb.
guy to write Blade?
Oh
No.
boy.
Colin Furiosa sounds like a feminine product.
Yes, like why would you
Yeah.
get someone like him
Yeah.
that drew terrible characters and then go make him write Blade, a dark character? Oh, no. That's when I say go back to Wesley Snipes' Blade. The better
Yeah,
one.
I
Go
don't
back
think
to the
I'm gonna-
first one and go
I
back
don't
to the
think I'm
second
gonna.
one.
I'm not gonna watch this other. Nope. Okay, so who's next for their list? Colin gave his.
I will do mine because I will have to hand out.
Okay.
You don't
So-
need to head out. D. You don't need to. I'm
He
using
might
the
have to get up
force.
early tomorrow.
You
for
don't need
work.
sleep.
Yeah, who needs that? So actually more than I remembered. I kind of in a way kind of agree with Colin as far as like there are some like ones a lot I appreciate and like enjoy, but there's like kind of a difference between like entertainment factor versus like quality.
4 stars and 5 stars.
Right. But I feel like there are some I remember like appreciating kind of stood out. So yeah, so running through, of course, like there's Ready Player One, there's Black Panther, Spider-Verse, Quiet Place, there's all that. Those are kind of the preliminary enjoy kind of the enjoyable kind of big
I almost
releases.
mentioned Quiet Place. Sorry, but I almost mentioned Quiet Place. That'd be my probably 5th one. Yeah, I liked Quiet Place today.
Yeah, I do too. And then probably ones that were kind of quieter but made a big impact for me was If Bill Street Could Talk, The Wife, Searching, Tully, and then Bad Times at the El Royale.
Yeah.
I gotta
really
see
like
this.
that
I'm
movie.
adding Bad Times to my little list here. That seems cool.
Which you should.
It's good.
Which you should. It's really, 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 really good.
Mhm.
If you like Quentin Tarantino, a Guy Ritchie, that's like that.
Sand, I might put that on the rewatch list.
Bad Times.
hmm
Okay. So
Ironically
I got-
enough, it just popped up on. I think it's Freevee on the. I don't
Oh,
know if
okay.
yeah, I think
Yeah, I
that's
know.
what.
I know a freebie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't her aunt want to know what happened even though she wasn't in the room?
Yeah, she walked out, but then she wanted to know how it ended. It's like, okay. All right. Okay.
All right. Well, those are my selections. So I've
Okay.
enjoyed hanging as always.
Glad you could
Yeah, I'm
pop in,
glad-
D, and
glad you
I
guys-
hope you have a great rest of
We,
your
mi-
week.
we missed you last time.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
storms. You said it was a
Yeah,
bad
it was
storm.
not. Yeah, it was not great.
Did
But
you
that's
did
okay.
you lose your power at least? Or did you?
It
were
was
you-
it was touch and go, but like it managed to stay on. But it was a lot of fuzzing and a lot of kind of like like when it doesn't completely go out, but you can see where it's like stuff is
yeah.
buzzing and moving.
Yeah.
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 It was a lot of that. So
Okay.
Yeah, we've been
Yeah.
there.
Definitely
Right.
that time of year. So
exactly.
that time of year's almost done.
Yeah.
No more bad storms.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right,
well-
and then of course keep me posted on any watch parties. Of course, just whenever you have the
Absolutely.
time.
Yeah, sure thing. I will add these. I've got 3: Bad Times, Talk to Me, and A Simple Favor.
Okay. That sounds good.
To put on the watch list. So.
Yep.
Alrighty. Take
Okay.
care, D.
All right. See you guys.
Bye.
All right.
Take care.
Now, what about you, Simon?
I'm too high for this shit.
Okay, moving right along then.
Okay, so number
Simon.
1,
Simon.
Hereditary.
Oh,
Okay, Hereditary.
Okay.
Number 2, Annihilation.
Okay.
Number 3, Upgrade.
Oh.
Number 4, The Death of Stalin. And
Oh,
number
yeah.
number 5, Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, good
Okay.
list.
And that's my top 5.
Wait, so is
list.
Upgrade worth
Even though I
watching
didn't
then?
like how Upgrade ended, good list. What's that called?
I would think so. Saying you think, except for the ending, Upgrade might be worth watching. I don't even remember hearing about it.
You might actually like the ending. I mean, I guess story-wise, the ending feels appropriate. I just wasn't a fan.
I'm gonna write it down. I'm gonna write.
yeah,
I might at least Google it.
I thought it was good up until
Were you a fan of The End of the Mist?
No.
What's that is?
You weren't. I was.
You know,
I can laugh at the end of the Mist.
I never watched the
Little
whole
weighted.
Mist. What I did was I started watching it, and then I'm like, I'm getting really emotionally invested in these characters, and then I fast forwarded to the end.
You read the Wikipedia article.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I fast forwarded to the end.
Why would
See what happened?
Nice.
And so then I'm like, yeah, I'm glad I didn't spend all this time with these characters for this to happen.
So wait, I'm surprised about Hereditary though.
I didn't like Hereditary.
What is it about Hereditary that makes it on there?
Some people really like that movie.
Because that's what I don't understand.
I just liked its subtlety and the way it all kind of came together. There was a cogent story in there.
Mhm.
It dripped like to you so little at a time.
And Toni Collette's performance was great there, even though I didn't care too much for the story. I like
that
her. I like
performance
her.
was really good for sure.
Yeah.
I will say that. And I just felt like it wasn't special to me. It wasn't bad. I was just kind of like, okay, it's creepy. It's like it's ghosty or demony or Satan worshipy or whatever it was. But like, it wasn't like okay, like I think I mentioned before, for me, the creepiest moment of the whole movie, and it's almost comical, but in that moment, I was like, what the fuck? Like, was when that naked blonde dude is just in the closet and near the end of the movie. I think it's Toni Collette is running around like the living room downstairs. It might have been someone. I think.
I forgot about that part.
And it's like it's a closet or a doorway, and the dude who was at the funeral with that creepy teethy smile, like blonde hair, and he's just standing there nude, smiling at her. And it just makes me like, oh, what the fuck? Like, it was like he was part of the whole Satanist club who came to the party, and he was just there chilling. Like,
I forgot
they were
about
about
that.
to do some crazy shit, but just in that moment, like that was unexpectedly creepy shit. Like, gets me sometimes, and that was to me was the most fun. I mean, I get there was violence and shit, but a lot of supernatural shit. I don't know. It's more seeing it isn't as good as being scared of what's to come. I felt like I was more kind of like wondering what was going on. It was creepy, certainly.
My friend Matt convinced someone that it that it was a family movie,
Oh,
and
my
they saw it
gosh.
not
No,
knowing it was
yeah.
a horror movie.
That little girl clicking was unsettling too. Yeah, Toni Collette's performance. I can see why people like it, but to me it wasn't like I just read that it's one of the best horror movies of the last decade. It's one of the best horror films, and I was I didn't feel that way about it. I just
emotional
damage.
Yeah.
Bye, Sashi. See you next time. I'll be right back. You carry on.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you want to hear my list, or we haven't heard your list.
I do. Can you wait till I come back?
Okay.
Man, we still watch that. It's not the same with old Alex Trebek. It's like the cool. I read some interview, or Mom told me some interview where he would like for breakfast have like Coke and Snickers, and his doctor is like, "You gotta change that." So he had like Pepsi and Kit Kats, instead every breakfast every morning. And then I was like, I should have some soda and candy bars. I
But I
started.
thought that the soda cans were not carbonated anymore.
I bought a 20-ounce though, and I was like, yeah. And then I was like, yeah, this is probably not good. And then I was like, he died from pancreatic cancer, which is some kind of sugar thing. So I was like, this is definitely not good. And not have sugar's the curse, man. Sugar, it's like if
I'm telling you, like soda has sugar in it.
hard. You know, it is hard. A lot of times I'll have like one half a soda will be. I'll try to make that my sugar treat for the whole day. You know, because there's enough sugar in all the other stuff. There's sugar in ketchup, and there's like sugar in orange juice and all this other stuff. So I'm like, if I just have all that sugar they add to all my food plus like half a soda, like it's probably enough for me. And it's still like I go over that a fair amount, but that's the battle, I think.
Well, sugar, yeah, it's addicting like a drug. Fortunately, though, I have not really eaten a lot of sugar as much as back then. Actually, when I was working at the theater, I would buy peanut butter M&Ms and just eat the whole thing. And now when I look back at it, I feel very disgusted.
Yeah.
Just like even as a kid eating all these cake and McDonald's had those fake burgers. I would eat that.
You mean a cheeseburger?
fake bun, no, not buns, burgers. They were just fake.
Yeah, they still are, right? You mean like
I don't know, like, but I remember back then they were fake.
Wait, what?
They're half fake.
So Colin was talking about like sugar.
We're just talking about food and sugar.
Yeah, sugar. And I was telling him how when I used to eat all crap. And then I was telling him how I would eat like McDonald's burgers and they were fake burgers.
And I was like, that you just mean a McDonald's cheeseburger. It's like what?
It was like the burger was just fake. It wasn't real burger.
There might be some meat in there.
Yeah, but I thought it was like a fake processed.
Well, it is.
Meat.
It tastes good. It's the thing. It's you gotta just have a little bit, you know,
I don't want a little bit.
Well, then you shouldn't have it. That's the problem.
Okay. All right, Arturo,
so
do you wanted to do your list?
Yeah, I could do mine because I do have a lot. But
you have a lot. Okay. Well,
I think
there's
a
lot.
Let me see. Hold on.
That I could have added to mine as well.
So I got about like 5 honorable mentions. So Equalizer 2, which wasn't that bad, but so you lied to me.
I didn't lie.
Venom.
Venom.
Solo. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Wait. After Venom, what was that?
Solo.
Oh, nice.
And Spider-Verse, and then Deadpool 2. At least the 5 honorable mention.
Yeah, Deadpool 2 would be an honorable mention.
Now let me see. 1, 2. I got 5 main ones.
Okay.
So Avengers, Infinity War, Ready Player One, A Quiet Place, Halloween, The Clove Hitch Killer, and Bad Times at El Royale.
Really? Clove Hitch Killer #2 and Bad Times. Okay, definitely gotta watch Bad Times. Definitely sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
And Arturo saw Clove Hitch. Was it yesterday you saw Clove Hitch or the day?
I thought it was
Saturday.
And then we watched Quiet Place Sunday, which yes, your mom was very intrigued by it. I could tell. She kept glancing. I know she wants to watch stuff. I know she does.
Well, you know, she's a captive audience, sort of. So.
Just like Deanna.
Yeah. No, well, my list is very similar to. So, like, there's several that I could put on this list that I did enjoy. Obviously, you know, like Black Panther, Equalizer 2, which I do enjoy more now. You were. Enjoy,
I don't know what drugs you were on.
I don't know what the heck. I also did enjoy Sicario 2, even though it wasn't as good as. But I wrote 3 down for ones that are probably my top.
Your standout top.
Yeah. And that would be things that have already been mentioned. Obviously, Halloween 2018, which I love. Oh, right. That's probably my #1.
Right.
And Deadpool 2, which was just a lot of fun. And I really enjoyed Josh Brolin's character. And then Bad Times. Nice. Bad Times at El Royale. Again, that one's been mentioned multiple times.
and that's definitely going on my watch list. I'll try to watch that.
I hope you enjoy it. I'm really curious
I like
because
the cast from what I just looked at.
it's a big cast, and the story, just the way they pieced the story together from the different perspectives, and then they would jump back and show what was happening. Yeah, it was interesting, and the setting was just cool. I think it takes place. Was it the late '60s or something, or the? Do you remember what year, Arturo?
I was like 69. There was like there's like the beginning it's like 59, and then it's like 10 years later.
10 years,
Okay.
yeah.
Where at? In America?
In America.
Yeah, in Nevada. It's like
It's
this hotel.
Like in the same time as Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, late 60s, 69.
Okay.
And this
cool.
It's a hotel that is situated on the California-Nevada border.
The El Royale.
Yeah.
And it's between Vegas and LA, basically. Yeah.
It's like, well, I guess it's somewhere. It's just right there on the border.
It's like
of California,
between the
Nevada.
borders, yeah.
Because they show the border run through the hotel, and like,
so,
on the
they
California
say if you want to go on that side in Nevada's area, it's a little more cheaper than the California.
Yeah, like they had different rules for the different sides. Like one, you could do something that you couldn't do in the other, or something because of the state.
Gambling, you could, like
you could gamble on one side and not gamble on the other.
It was cool. I liked the setting a lot, and the acting was good.
Oh,
if it was on the road between LA and Vegas, you'd get a lot of interesting, characters trafficking back and forth.
Well, there definitely were some interesting characters.
Yeah.
It's not all that it seems.
Yeah. And I think that the setting of that location was based on a real place. On an actual hotel that was like on the border or something like that.
So we could maybe be real quick about the shows of this year.
Oh, did he? Okay, hold on. I'm distracted here.
What?
David McCallum from The Man from U.N.C.L.E. and NCIS, that he passed away. I didn't realize he was Scottish, but
neither did I.
Oh, okay. Oh, he lived a nice, good, long life. Wow.
I like seeing the movies that like everyone kind of has in their top. So like this year, Bad Times at El Royale, everyone but me who hadn't seen it, and then like Spider-Verse, I think everyone mentioned Spider-Verse.
It was my honorable mention.
The first one, yeah, I enjoyed that. I'm not as in love with that one as a lot of people are, but it's a good. The voice acting.
Oh yeah, the voice acting's really good.
I loved the voice because it's animated, so the voices bring the characters to life.
The guy that does Miles Morales, he's only one, just like the girl from the Cloverfield Killer. He's 1 year older than me.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I'm like, man, he's already getting
young guy up there on the stage. Yeah, we went to his panel when he came here, and I think we were sitting. I don't remember if I mentioned this before, but
you were like on the side. I was kind of sitting with Corey Michaels movies on like a row somewhere, and I was filming some of them.
We were on the side because we were charging our phones, so we were like against the wall. It was the biggest ballroom in the location, and I think some chick that was associated with him, maybe a girlfriend, she came. The reason I know is because she came out from behind. Like they have the stage, but on each side of the stage they have curtains where the person will come in. You can't see them until they get up on the stage. She came out from the curtains, and someone brought her a chair, and she sat against the wall where we were sitting as well. And I think she said something to Aurelia about how she was being smart to hook up at the outlet there, because a lot of people, you'll see them along the walls charging their cell phones.
You think that was like his girlfriend?
I have a feeling it was a girlfriend. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Because she came out and she just sat there.
You guys got to interact with his girlfriend.
I didn't really interact with her. She did with Aurelia. And then while I'm sitting there beside, I'm looking up, like, does so and so have a girlfriend? So I was looking up, is this her? Like, who is she? Because she was young, so I was like, I felt like maybe.
Well, he's like 28.
Yeah.
But I'm like, man, he's already getting a start somewhere, and I'm like,
he said he's gonna learn Spanish.
Yeah, I heard he was gonna start learning Spanish.
So maybe we'll see, I guess.
Well, that's what sucks about getting older. You start seeing all these people that are younger than you that are like superstars, and you're like, oh shit,
It's like, wow, what was I doing with my life at 28?
Yeah. Well, like I want to get somewhere, but not to that extent. I want to get somewhere like on the web,
Mhm.
except make a business on the web. You know.
Yeah.
We
Anyway.
could talk a little bit about like the shows that came out. There's a few that I recognize.
Yeah. I'm
Um,
not even looking at it.
okay, Sin. I think you know Violet Evergarden. Have you heard of that? That's been like a thing that's been talked about a lot. Violet Evergarden.
I
This is
vaguely
an anime that
recognize-
like was like I guess it blew up around that
Oh,
time.
okay. It's an anime.
Yeah, but it's it has to do with like this girl. She kind of has like no emotion, but I guess that's because of because of a war. It's kind of
Okay.
like, and I remember going like on the way, and I remember finding this YouTube video of a retired Marine talking about it, how it kind of is similar to what like I guess real veterans go through
Okay.
in life or something. It's kind of like a slice of life. She like writes for people like with a typewriter or something. I know that the animation actually looks really nice if you've ever seen clips of it.
I don't think I have.
And I think it's also owned by Netflix, I think.
Oh, okay. Bye, Jeff. Sorry, he gives this one parting shot. Still, and then he's like,
Bye, Jeff.
Bye, Jeff.
What's the 4% about though?
I don't know. He says only 4% ahead. Wait, 42-year difference in films. Fury, released 7 years ago, only 4% ahead of the original.
That is
I guess
Rotten
he means the ratings. That is
I don't
directly
think Rotten
due
Tomatoes is a good metric.
I don't know if he. I don't know what he.
What do you,
that is
Jeff? What do
directly
you
due
before you
to-
go? What do you? I need to know. What are you talking about?
Oh, popularity. He's saying
It's fair
popularity.
though.
So wait, you're saying that Mad Max? So wait, is this about Mad Max again?
Jeff, he is clinging to this one like a tiger.
OCD.
I don't think you're a good metric, Colin.
Poor
I mean,
Colin.
Okay.
I do know.
it's
Okay, in
arguable.
Colin's
Debatable.
defense, it is like it does have high critical and audience ratings.
Yeah.
I personally am not a huge
To be
fan.
honest, I haven't really. I saw bits and pieces of it. I didn't really.
Yeah,
watch it.
I could only take, but just the people swinging off the side of the cars on the.
Yeah,
playing
but
the
you know,
guitar, I don't
I've played a
can't-
lot of games, and some games can be really crazy.
Yeah, but that's a game.
Let's go, for example, Bayonetta. That one's crazy. Like the
Okay.
game,
That
it's
is
just
pretty
crazy.
cool. Bayonetta is pretty cool. I played the second one.
Yes, Artie, he said he could argue all night.
He
I
said
could talk about it. I could talk about why it's my favorite movie. I could.
Well, anyways, back to TV shows.
Okay, yeah,
Mad
TV
Men.
shows.
The Purge show. I think I'm the only one that has seen it.
You watched the first season, you said.
Yeah, just the first season. Jack Ryan, Tom Clancy.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, Jack Ryan.
Clancy.
I really like that first season, but that's the only one I
Is
saw.
that the one where it's like in Venezuela?
No, that's the second season.
Oh. Then there's one called 911. I think it's
Is that the one with Angela Bassett in it?
let me see actually. Angela. Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Have you seen that?
No, I don't watch many shows. So
You know, there's some shows. Okay, there's some shows I wouldn't like a Night Watch. That's a really good one where it shows like EMS or firefighters or police doing stuff at night. That's what kind of made me interested to get into like crime photography or maybe EMS. Devilman. Anybody seen Devilman Crybaby?
nope.
That was a big hit at that time.
There was one TV show I liked from 2018, AP Bio. For any comedy fans listening, AP Bio's worth watching. It's funny.
AP Bio.
AP Bio. It only lasted like 3 or 4 seasons. It was cut short. I think the only place you can watch it's on the Peacock channel. But I really liked it. I had one of the guys from Always Sunny. Philadelphia was the star. Patton Oswalt's in it. Really fun. Had a really funny female character, like the assistant principal or secretary or something. It was one of the times where like the woman was the funniest character on the show, and it was like natural. It's like always I'm rooting for women to be funny as funny as the guys, because I almost hate admitting like it's like all my favorite comedians are guys. Like it's like I want there are a lot of funny ones.
I have kind of noticed that, but there are points where women can be pretty funny.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Depends on their personality.
Had a hysterical female character that really was the scene stealer. She had all the best lines, so it was a good show.
Have you guys heard of Darling in the Franxx?
Mm-mm.
Or anybody on the chat know Darling in the Franxx? And remember when that came out? Darling in the Franxx.
Mm-hmm.
Titans. Titans.
Oh,
Titans?
wait, is that the
live action Titan.
Oh, that
Teen Titans.
Oh, yeah. No, I've never seen that.
There was an animated Star Wars Resistance, which was the
Never
fan
heard of that
fiction
one.
sequel. It was a fan fiction sequel.
Oh, okay.
Part of the sequels. Just fan fiction. Never happened. Trying to see what else. There's not really a whole lot of shows that oh wait, what's this? Oh, never mind. Have you seen Collateral?
Not the show, the movie.
Wait, what's
there's
the
a show. Yeah, the show here, Collateral.
Well, what's that about? I know I've never even heard of that.
It's a 4-part thriller set in London that takes place over 4 days. It's a mystery thing, I think.
Oh, it sounds like something I would be interested in.
So it says here, when a pizza delivery driver is shot down in South London, a detective inspector played by Great Gatsby.
Oh, Billy Piper's in it.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Maybe I'll
Interesting.
put that on a watch list or something.
And Das Boot.
Wait, is that
It's a show on Hulu.
Oh, because that was a movie.
Yeah, I wonder if this is like oh yep, it's about a crew on a U-boat.
Okay.
They must have made a show. So we're finding out some interesting ones at least. Simon, do you have any?
He says he's too high for this.
Oh, he's too high. Okay.
It doesn't feel like there's a whole lot of standouts.
Yeah,
for
not a whole lot.
2018
There's like a few that
for
I
the
see, but
shows.
just not like the movies.
I mean, I'm almost ready to start talking about what we should watch for 2019, because 2019 is the wrap up of the decade.
Yeah, but before we do that,
Give us a rundown. Give a rundown. Top 3, top 5.
Was all. Well, they're all pretty good. It was all very good.
What? Okay. Now I'm done.
Nice.
Oh my gosh. That was at the beginning of the year, I think.
2009.
No, not
cold.
2009.
Oh yeah. Well, but we were doing 2009.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It never gets
So here's a
old.
dumb idea.
Okay.
Put this in the chat. Basically, this is my movie education. It was a show running from 1988 to 2000 called Movie Drum. And it had Alex Cox and Mark Cousins just introduce a new movie every week.
Mm-hmm.
There are 160 shows, I think.
Is that
So we could literally, we could just go through them.
So they would just like introduce. They hosted like a movie presentation where they talk about the movies.
One of their favorite movies.
Can you put that in the private chat so I
I
can
remember
click
stuff
on
like
it?
that that's aired here.
Sure.
So you saw like it introduced you to like stuff you'd never heard about. That was
This is where I first saw the Terminator,
Oh, really?
June
Oh.
4th, 1990.
Okay, so okay. So
Or June
okay, so
24th.
so you're talking about this as a potential idea,
Mm-hmm.
going
As a
through this
replacement.
list, and talking about these movies that they talked about.
Like
they-
the
Yep,
Or
it's got like a 30-year lag, but yeah.
That's actually a good idea.
so not a boxing ring.
I like the boxing ring idea too, but I also like this idea as well because this kind of gives us something to stay on thematically.
I'm down for whatever, really.
Yeah, and then also
If Simon says they're good and interesting enough
there's
movies,
also stuff in here.
Mm-hmm.
Like listy things. I mean, there's really no end of things we could.
Well,
think
what
to
if
talk
we
about.
what if we put like the best movies that we really liked in a boxing ring for each year, or at least a decade?
Well, the whole idea of the boxing ring was to just list off movies and then see which one had the highest score, and then that person would be the winner of that round. I think that was the idea of the boxing ring, right? So, like, I would take the 80s. What Simon was
Colin
going
was
to take
doing-
the 90s. Colin was going to do the double O's, and you were going to do the teens.
The tens.
Yeah. So that was that particular idea. I
ooh,
also
the double O had like half of my favorite movies, like 12 or 13 of my favorites were in the
And the
double.
2010s have some really good movies that I like now.
So some of the movies in this list I've never seen. Some of them I have seen. Like I've never even seen The Man with X. I don't think I've seen The Man with X-Ray Eyes. Oh, that's number 19. Hold on. The very first
All right,
one
but,
they did was The Wicker Man, the original.
Mm-hmm.
So 2019 movies.
I was looking at the list and I feel like I have nothing to suggest because I know
For
you've seen
2019, really?
Oh, there's a
you've
Breaking
seen
Bad
all
movie.
the stuff I would suggest,
There's a Breaking Bad movie.
like Alita or 1917. Like
Well,
I know,
we've seen those.
1970. Oof.
I know you've
Sorry.
seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Love that
Did
one.
you see Knives Out?
Yep.
You did,
Oh,
right?
Knives Out. Holy cow.
You did see
Yeah,
Knives Out.
Midway.
I really like. Oh, Simon hasn't watched Knives Out. Simon, watch Knives Out.
He refuses.
I like Knives Out.
I enjoyed the first one a lot. I wrote down some that I've never seen. I wrote down the
There's a
standoff at
movie
Sparrow
here.
Creek. Which
Did
I've
you
never
did
heard.
you watch Parasite? That was pretty good at one movie.
No, I never
Oh, we
watched
never did
Parasite.
that.
You should watch Parasite.
I was annoyed that Parasite won because I don't feel like it should have won.
Well, you never
I know.
watched it.
I
How
know.
could you even?
I know. I still don't think I'm going to think that
But
it
didn't
won,
even
that it should
Koreans
win.
didn't Koreans kind of say like it's just a simple.
They didn't feel like it was
Movie?
anything all that outstanding.
Well, you can. They. I mean, it's like a few Koreans spoke up. They
Well, I
don't
mean, they're
represent the whole
Korean, so
country.
maybe they, I don't know, maybe they felt like it just wasn't anything, like we felt like it was super special because maybe we don't know much. But,
Well,
Who knows?
it
I don't
was
know.
rewarded for being a good film.
well,
I think
that doesn't mean
1917
that, so,
should have won because
so
it was
that
more
doesn't-
unique.
if you haven't noticed, Colin, a lot of times in those award shows, it becomes, it's like very bandwagony.
Well,
like
I know.
this-
you mean
like this-
politically diverse?
No,
Like
well,
that's
like this
kind of what
past year, it really felt like everything everywhere all at once was just this big huge bandwagon that they all wanted to make sure they got on. Because
I get it. Oh, I get it 100%.
And so
The
it's
thing is, that only applies when I don't like the movies. When I like the movies, they're like acclaimed,
Well,
smart,
yeah, but
professional, like
1917
unbiased judges. And I'm like, you see, they know. And then if
19
I don't like the movie, it's like
It's
it's
like,
just
it's
political.
definitely.
But
Well, I mean,
It's
it
just who
definitely.
knows who.
There's definitely that.
But-
So,
but-
like, I'll give you an example. I was glad that The Dark Knight was nominated, or like Heath Ledger was nominated.
Yeah.
But the cynical part of me knew that if he had never died, he probably would never have been nominated,
Yeah.
even though he would have deserved it. But it's because he died. So let's make sure we know.
Well, I think
you know what I
Parasite
mean?
is an interesting movie. I don't think I'm not gonna say it deserved best.
I
film
do want to
of the year,
watch it. Like I
Okay,
have heard it
that's
is pretty
weird.
decent.
Yeah, so I
but it's
forgot.
not. it's unique, it's different, and it's interesting, and it was engaging. So it's worth watching. It's for a movie that's
wrote it
talked
down.
about and popular.
Oh, Us. I want to watch Us.
Oh, you never saw Us?
No,
Nope.
you never did.
Okay, well then I would say Us is the one. Us and Parasite.
Ready?
Really Us.
Ready or not?
Parasite.
Oh,
Ready or not?
Yes. I think we got some good ones. I also wrote down Dragged Across Concrete, which I've never seen.
There's like a World War II drama thing called
See, I almost said Us.
Spy A.
I almost mentioned Us, and I was like, well, they've definitely seen Us.
I've seen it, but Arturo hasn't.
Okay,
I
you've
wouldn't mind
seen it.
rewatching.
You've seen Ford v Ferrari?
I haven't.
No, actually,
no.
I haven't.
Is it that good?
It's good.
Oh,
Really?
yes, I have this Christian Bale and Matt Damon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Really? I like
The-
Christian Bale.
Yeah.
The
I just don't care about
Irishman.
cars.
Irishman.
Oh no, I have no.
Okay, what about
Irishman's
What
a
a-
solid movie, but it's very slow and long.
Yes,
Jojo
it is.
That's what she
Rabbit.
said.
Oh, Jojo Rabbit. Oh my gosh.
I still haven't seen Jojo Rabbit.
So I liked it,
I
but
want to
that
see it.
movie just killed my heart.
Maybe I don't see it. Okay. I
What
really like
about
Taika Waititi, and I like his
Look smart.
playful stuff.
what about the movie Report? The
Booksmart.
Report.
Booksmart. Is Booksmart good?
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Okay,
remember
hold on. I'm
hearing
writing
about
down the report and Booksmart.
Mm-hmm. Look smart's a comedy.
Oh,
Okay.
comedy.
it. Maybe I'll watch it.
I'm
Just
just
Mercy.
finding it.
Oh, Just Mercy. That's the.
Oh,
Michael
then
B.
we saw the
Jordan.
movie I See You, but we'll talk about that whenever we can.
Oh, Pokemon.
Oh wait, I see
Come
Booksmart.
on. I know it's my destiny.
Uh,
And you seen 1917, yeah?
Yeah, we've seen that.
yes.
Dark Phoenix. Ooh.
I couldn't finish that.
Then there's this
I didn't
movie.
want to finich it.
Wait a second, Booksmart. What is it? Is this another one of those? Damn it! What's that movie now? Is it Miss Congeniality? The movie that you loved that I wouldn't have thought that. Is that
Oh,
the one?
no. It's not related to that, no.
No,
You're
but
thinking
you know the
of,
movie I'm talking about that you love. That's the girly film. What is it? You guys remember? Sin, you remember?
Oh, shit. What is it?
Simon loves it. Picture Perfect. Pitch Perfect.
Oh, Pitch
Pitch
Perfect.
Perfect. He loves Pitch Perfect. Is Booksmart like a Pitch Perfect type deal?
No.
Because I'm reading the description, I'm like, what? Seems like a college comedy.
What about Call
What
to
is it?
Spy A? Never heard of it.
Wait,
But
what?
It's just called Call to Spy A.
No, never heard of it.
Some World War II movie.
Has
So-
anyone seen The Lighthouse? Willem Dafoe?
No.
Oh, I heard how that ends. It's
I
kinda-
read the Wikipedia.
Well, don't say, because I keep thinking I want to watch it, but I haven't gotten around to it. So I just thought if you guys
Official
Well,
Secrets.
I
That
know
has
a
what's
lot of
her
people.
name?
I mean, I think it was
it
pretty.
got good reviews.
Yeah,
right? It got
yeah.
good reviews, but I just can't tell if it's the kind of thing I would like or not. But I'm curious about the Lighthouse. I may
Let's Official Secrets that has Keira Knightley.
Keira Knightley.
Keira Knightley. It also has Ralph Fiennes
No, Ralph Fiennes.
and Matt Smith.
Oh,
It's called Official Secrets. It's
Okay.
something to do like with the Iraq War, British intelligence specialist.
so I also wrote down Brightburn, which I've never gotten around to watching.
I'm not too interested in that, just because it's
Yeah.
like
Oh,
a bad.
Shaft. Shaft.
It's okay. It's not great.
Yeah.
In the Tall Grass.
What is this? I've never heard of this one. Oh, also Murder Mystery. I never watched that because I'm not big on Adam Sandler or Jennifer Aniston, but I've heard it was good.
The Hole in the Ground.
I saw that one.
Was that good?
I felt kind of meh about it, but that was one of those situations where it was on while I was working.
The Highwayman.
Mm.
Oh,
Oh, the Child's Play remake.
Yeah. The Great War. Red Snow. Yeah, there's like a lot here and some I've never heard of.
Jay and Silent Bob reboot?
Oh gosh.
No?
I never played the Fury game. I
Oh,
didn't even realize
Midsummer
that was-
came out this year.
Oh, your favorite movie.
Dark Fate?
Oh gosh, don't remind me about that one. Jeez, crap.
It had the same darkness.
No, that was the Terminator. Ugh,
I know.
The Bengals won. You guys watch football?
not anymore. Who were they
Panthers.
playing?
Panthers,
They were
I'm-
playing the Panthers. I knew you were going to
No,
say
no, no,
that.
no, no. Now that I know that's your Carolina.
Oh,
the Bengals
God.
beat the Rams.
The what? The
Bengals
Rams.
beat the Rams. Yeah.
Godzilla King of the Monsters.
So that was the second Godzilla. That was the
Yeah.
one that came before Godzilla versus Kong or whatever.
And then there's something called Aftermath that also has Keira Knightley in it.
Keira Knightley.
Keira Knightley. It's another. It's like a post World War II movie.
I don't think I've seen that. Wow. Okay, I'm building up quite a list here.
Oh boy. Okay, let me see. What else? What else? Goldfinch.
Nope.
The Goldfinch.
I mean, I haven't seen that. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. We've seen
We
that.
saw that.
The Peanut Butter Falcon. I saw that. I definitely wrote down Ready or Not.
That sounds like a family movie.
Oh, sorry, your team lost, Jeff.
The Titans. Derrick Henry's the best. Derrick Henry's one of my favorite players. He's like the coolest running back.
The Haunting. Oh, I remember you said this wasn't good.
Which one?
The Haunting of Sharon Tate.
No, it was terrible.
Cold
It was awful.
Cold Pursuit.
Okay, so that one wasn't that one. I don't think that one was too bad.
Liam.
Yeah, that
Liam
one almost felt like it
Neeson.
had a little bit of black comedy in it.
Liam Neeson.
Yeah, Liam. Oh gosh.
Oh, 21 Bridges. That's another one I wanted to watch.
Oh, is that Chad?
Liam Neeson.
Yes. That's
Yeah,
Chadwick
that had
Boseman.
Chadwick
Yeah.
Boseman
I
in
never
it.
finished that.
I actually want to watch that.
Yeah, I
one.
would like to watch that as well.
Three-
Oh, Don't Let Go. Oh, Don't Let Go. That was.
There's
interesting.
something called. Wait, what? Oh. Maybe not.
Satanic Panic. Oh my gosh, that reminds me of Satanic Hispanics.
That's a good title.
Darkness Falls.
That's a good what?
It's a good
Title? Yeah.
Black
was-
Christmas.
It's not a great movie.
What? I can't even tell what you said.
It's not a great.
I said it's not a great movie.
Which
Oh,
one?
Satanic
Satanic Panic?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll delete that one because
Sounds like he's singing.
I know it does.
The Dawn.
The Sound of Silence. Oh. Is that hope?
A Murder of Innocence. Oh, the Deadwood movie.
But you haven't seen Deadwood.
Yeah, we need to watch that.
You have to watch. You have to have watched Deadwood in order to
Yeah.
enjoy the movie, and the movie was good.
We Summon the Darkness.
That's the one. That's the one you saw me watching before, and it had the girl from Percy Jackson in it.
Yeah, the very sexy girl. She's also very cute and pretty.
She has. Really
Horny
good
bitch detected.
Oh, here we go again. I'm not that horny. I just find girls attractive.
eyes.
I mean, that's just
Horny bitch detected.
that's just a male. That's just a male. That's just male's nature, right? I mean, come on, Simon. You know this. Oh boy, okay, I'll stop. Keep going.
Oh, in the tall grass. I don't.
The Killing of Kenneth Chamberlain.
Oh, that's not ringing a bell at all.
It looks like it's got Morgan Freeman in it.
It's gonna be about lynching.
Oh.
Oh, Little Monsters. That was a movie that I did a reaction to the trailer for that. And that has the girl from Us and Black Panther in it.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
it's like these
Oh, that came out. Yeah, yeah,
zombies.
yeah. I'm gonna watch
Yeah.
that. That's a comedy.
Yeah, it's like a horror comedy.
And I remember the guy was like, "Ha ha, don't give a shit" or something.
Yeah, I never saw it.
It looked funny. I like to watch that.
I looked up the game, but it doesn't look like it's on Nintendo Switch, so I can't play it.
Which game?
The Mad Max game.
Oh, we're still on Mad Max.
I'm trying to play less games. I play a little too much.
I can suggest some.
I actually have that game. I never played it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, it's like Colin, I could suggest a lot of great family-friendly games.
I know. It's not that there's no games to play. There's too many games to play.
And when I mean family-friendly, I mean horror.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
All
right.
I wonder if my sister knows what that is.
She probably would.
Wait, didn't
Oh, Richard Jewell. That was another Clint Eastwood movie.
Glenn. I see Glenn say goodbye. Goodbye, Glenn.
Oh, bye, Glenn.
Yeah, we do have a few minutes before it stops on us.
Yeah, I know. We've got to start to wrap it up.
Hey, here's a question. If I turn on the voice changer,
Does it also affect the sideboard stuff?
Horny bitch detected.
What do you
No,
like
it doesn't.
in what way? No.
I don't think so.
It doesn't do the same thing to my voice as it's doing to the sideboard. It doesn't do the same thing the sideboard is doing to my voice.
No, it doesn't.
So just regular? Okay.
Yep, just regular.
Code Geass movie. Oh wow, I saw it.
Okay, so I've got a.
Oh,
I've got
Weathering with You.
Yeah, well, we saw that
That's
already.
the same guy that
Wait.
made Your Name.
No, you saw Weathering. With
I saw
haven't seen
that.
Weathering with
You
okay.
never saw it.
No,
I could
not that
suggest
one. Not that one, Dulcimerist. No, a different one.
Oh, there's something called Anna. What is that, like a spy thing?
I think I passed by that one.
And then there's like a Ryan Reynolds thing, Six Underground.
Oh, you know what? I couldn't finish that one.
Six Underground?
Yeah, I didn't think it was very good.
Oh.
I wasn't impressed.
Inside Man Most Wanted. What? It looks like it's got Jamie Foxx.
Okay, Anna is. Oh. I don't know if I've seen this. So okay, I'll write down.
Oh,
Anna.
Guns of Kimbo came out.
Did you ever see Guns Akimbo?
Yeah.
Okay. That one was a fun movie. I enjoyed it.
Oh my god. Stop it.
That's loud.
All right, I'm gonna mute him.
Very loud.
There we go. I muted him. Let's go.
Okay. That one was very, very loud.
I apologize.
That's like the Hasta La Vista, baby, baby, baby. Oh, Zombieland. We did see that one.
Yeah, I didn't like that one as much as the first one. I've got a long list, Arturo. We're
Yeah, I'm
definitely
not
not gonna.
finding. Oh wait, Secret Obsession. That has the girl from that Disney show. This is the Sweet Life. Serenity. Angel of Mine. The Intruder.
I have a lot already written down. I don't think I'm going to add any more yet. It says here, the robotic voice modulator reminds me of Soundwave from the Transformers animated series. Say Master Megatron, Laserback has returned, and the Autobots are on the move.
Master Megatron, Laserbeak has returned, and the Autobots are on the move.
You know what we could also maybe watch, since it's a mini series, is Chernobyl. That came out this year.
Oh, that was 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've been wanting to watch it. You just
And this was also the downfall year for a lot of great things, especially Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Thank you, Starscream. We will now destroy Optimus Prime.
All right, well, I guess that's about it.
I'm Santa.
Do ho ho ho, Merry Christmas.
Ho ho ho, Merry Christmas.
Oh, that
yep,
was convincing.
that was actually good. And a Happy New Year.
Okay, well.
Good guy.
And a Happy New Year to all you motherfuckers.
Beautiful.
All right, well, I can't think of anything else. So maybe we should go ahead and pull the plug on this one.
Yeah, and see if there's any beer.
All right.
Yeah, definitely, Jeff. He is for sure. No.
Hi.
No giggles, but he is.
Sadly, no giggles. But hey, if you want to see him giggle, go to Arturelia. Find Can't Handle It as well.
Yeah.
You will find it there where he couldn't handle it as well because he was high.
Oh, I know what you guys should watch.
Emotional.
Us and Parasite. Us.
What's
if you
that?
have to watch one, watch Us.
Oh, yeah, I've got Us written down. Arturo definitely wants to see that because he's been talking about wanting to watch it. So I've got a whole.
And it's also a family movie too.
Sure.
Yeah. I think your mom will like it.
Oh, sure. I'm sure she
Nothing bad happens.
Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and hit in stream. Thank you to everybody.
Buenas noches, everybody.
This was a lot of fun, and we have one more year of discussion left, and then we will embark on a new series.
Embark on a great new adventure in the unknown. A voyage of the unknown.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.